Wow. Good evening. Me signing in. Hello. Apologies everyone for the whole fucking 2 hours. 2 hours. Oh my god. 2 hour delay. today's stream. Alas, what can you do with short notice, such as life? I really hope I can finish the case today. I feel like we can still make it work. Maybe. But I'm pretty sad that I had to push back the stream suddenly. The only explanation that I have for you guys, I guess like the best way you can put it is sudden guess. Is that how you could word it? Yeah, we'll do that. Unexpected guess. That's just life. I only got the notice an hour before stream. I'm pretty sure that was when I made the pinned message an hour before stream. I was like, all right. I was really hoping that it would end just like a little bit earlier, but no, I couldn't do that. By the time everything settled down, I looked at the time and thought, well, I might as well just wait. I'll just wait until 10 hits and then we'll start stream. What can you do? What can you do? That's okay. It's fine. You know, apologies about that. I was really hoping to be able to get as many hours in today, since it is, I want to wrap up the case. The second episode case. Where is Ace Attorney? It's A. Why can't I see it? I really wanted to wrap it up in time, but we may be on a slight time crunch, so sorry if today feels a little bit rushed. Hello Mesla, hello Taco. Good evening, how are we? Hello Pinta. Don't worry about it, I'll try. I can't help but feel bad though. Whenever I have to like delay a stream or anything like that, I feel bad, even though like the entire reason I'm streaming is this sounds weird to say, but it only benefits me for me to be streaming because I'm supposed to be the one like playing games and shit. Right? I want to be the one to play the games and then play it with you guys as well, right? Not everyone tunes in, right, to all the games that I play. I'm very appreciative to those that do for some reason stick around. And so I end up feeling bad because, oh my god, the thing is so loud. Hold on. I end up feeling bad about that. Oh, I loaded the wrong one. Here we go. Okay. Like, does that make sense? I feel I didn't word that very well. But I feel bad. It also messes my rhythm a little bit when I don't do things on time, or like when I do plan things and it doesn't work out. Like, oh, for example, one of my packages, I usually buy things from Japan, and so whenever the packages come, they need signing, right? So they can't leave it at the doorstep, which is unfortunate. I was hoping someone was home at the time to pick up this package. Alas, no. We were all working that day, including myself. What can you do? Such is my timing. And so I wasn't able to get this package for a really long time. It's supposed to be like, the due date is actually tomorrow. Like, tomorrow would have been the last day for me to pick it up, and I was like, oh fuck, I really gotta go. But I I just didn't get time. And the reason why I kept delaying it was because it was at a location that I've never been to, which is strange. Every single time, for some reason, when it comes to my packages, it goes to different post offices. They've gone to 3 different ones in my area now. 4! No, 4. 4, but one of them is closed. One of them is closed now, so I was used to going there, but the 2 other places that I was used to going to, they kept going to that location for like a really long time, and I was waiting for it to end up there again, so I could just like, because it's at a like a big shopping like center, I guess. So whenever I needed to go like pick up other shit, right? Because I would usually go there, I could just get it along the way, but it wasn't there. Of course it wasn't. It was at a different location that I've never been to, and it's very out of the way. I've never gone this direction before. I didn't even know there was a post office there. But at last, pulled up the map, saw the location. And usually, as well, when I can't get packages myself, I'd get someone else to pick it up for me. Because I'm always very paranoid. But they would like send you like a QR code or something, and so you give that person the QR code and then they can get the package for you. Very straightforward, but it didn't happen this time, so I had to go in person, but I didn't have time. And I was at a location that I wasn't used to. It was very out of the way. It was a whole ass fucking ordeal. It shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been. And yet that was my day. That was my day. Thankfully I was able to get it in time. It sucks how post offices don't open like after hours. I think that's like the biggest issue for me. Like it makes sense why that's the case. Like I'm not hating. It's just it just sucks there's not even like one day where they do open like after hours for anyone to pick up packages. It's all 9 to 5. What can you do? At least they give you a 2-week notice, but sometimes 2 weeks isn't enough. Okay, let me stop rambling and get the game up. Home digging stream. It's not! Read the title! I mean, read the thumbnail. Hello, Borg. Mr. Rancher that I don't know did so to for a year now. Have you not actually? Is that real? Like everything you say I always take as a joke, but like that one's out of left field. Real? Imagine. What are the chances? How many of you guys are not subbed to the channel but for some reason tune in? You know what? Props to you, holy shit. Because I kind of do that for a lot of like stuff that I watch. But they're like YouTube shorts. Because I'm not like fully invested in the like the YouTuber, I guess, but I am invested in like the one series they have, right? And then sometimes it like dies out and my subscription feed would get like absolutely clogged. So that's why I don't subscribe willy-nilly as much anymore like I did or like years ago. My nose is itchy. Okay, no, I need to stop rambling. Stop. What are you doing? Don't talk to me. We need to focus today because we've already delayed the stream 2 hours. So I need to lock in and get through this. This should be the last stretch of this case. We're gonna get it done today if it's the last thing I do. So I don't think I'll be able to start the next new case unless this is only like 2 hours. If this is only 2 hours, then maybe we can't start the next case. But point is, I don't think it is. If I remember correctly how this whole ordeal like works out, it's probably gonna take a while. So we gotta look in. We gotta look in. I have my water. My throat isn't ready, that's for sure. But I'll drink water now. Ooh. I got warm water, so all of the condensation Stop. Okay. March 29th, 10:12 a.m. Prison yard. I'm really not warmed up for this. Good luck. Good luck. Here we are again. Let's hope we can find something this time that will finally reveal the truth behind it all. Although that might be easier said than done. There's nothing left to investigate. Judge 𝙘𝙠𝙤𝙣's deduction yesterday. So to recap, a lot of it was like trying to figure out like a lot of like hoops, but we didn't really get to like the crux of everything. We were basically like led on, right? Got led on, and now this is where we will find out what's going on with the damn case. So we found out. Would we better go backwards? It would be better. We found out there's a hole that was being dug. It was by this motherfucker, 𝐢𝐧𝐟𝐨, and we've also interrogated him properly. And now he tried to escape the prison. He made an attempt, pretty good attempt, but we got him in the end. Oh. Oh my god. miyuu, please. Please, we need to lock in, we need to focus. miyuu interrupted, I'm sorry. What was I saying? 𝐢𝐧𝐟𝐨 tried to escape. He didn't escape, we got him in the end. But that only made us realize that we were not on the right track on figuring out what was going on with the case. The end. That's it. That's all we need to know. Fucking, we need to get out of here. You want to start talking about your music like last stream? Last stream is different. You know, that was actually like a chatting moment. You know, like during and chatting. This one I gotta lock in. No more PC talk. No more no rambling. No one distract me. Thing is, you don't even need to try and distract me. I'll just do it by myself. But that's the point. Everyone silence. Class. Silence. Judge 𝙘𝙑𝙤𝙣's deduction yesterday. There's another possibility, one you seem to have overlooked. The well in the yard. Could a body not have entered the tunnel from there? So we were led. So the reason why we thought we're getting led around is because, what is it? Where is it? We found the tunnel. miyuu. Oh my god. Okay. Lock in. Today may be a little bit cursed. Something's going on today. You know, last ramble. There was a lot of things going on Friday last week that I was so confused. It was kind of like those up and down days where I was like, what's going on? Only until after I came home and I opened Twitter and someone made a tweet about like like a really bad day, and it's because it was Friday the 13th. I didn't realize at the time. I was like, holy shit, that made so much sense. I feel like I'm having this kind of day again. It's like relapsing. It hasn't disappeared. Maybe that's just like the miyuu luck. Like and the miyuu luck just like lingers for a little bit longer than it should. You know, once the bad luck starts, it can't trickle out like immediately. It needs to slowly leave. Oh no. Okay, No, this is okay. No, we'll be fine now. We'll be fine now. Tunnel. Tunnel. The tunnel helps us find out that the murder was possibly in a different location, which we can already kind of figure out because there was no way he should have been found in this room that we found him in, right? And so, and now we figure out the specifics, right? Right? It'll be easy to follow along, trust me. In summary, the body must have been thrown down the well and moved to the workshop. I won't do her voice yet, not in the flashback. At some point during the show. Tell me, who else could have done that but Mr. Saint? We'll have a full discussion later, don't worry. She'll get her voice back then. Had Knight's body really been thrown down the well? The answer to that question will surely show us the way forward. Before we begin, I should tidy up my organizer a little. So he's throwing some things away. Is it 2 pages now? No, it's still 3 pages. Oh, okay. How many was that? That disappeared? Either like 5 or 4? That was a lot.
Let's see here. Huh? There's a cover on it.
Dried up well. Slap bang in the middle of a prison? Figures it'd be locked.
Well, luckily I'm a master lock picker. Want me to do my stuff?
I think not. We'll do this investigation by the book.
Come on, don't be such a stick in the mud. Whoa!
Was it, Kay?
The lock's broken. And from the looks of it, it's been broken for a long time.
If that's the case, then anyone could have thrown Knight's body down the well. I forgot, Bender's voice. I can't. It fluctuates a lot. I can't do it anymore. Just it kind of hurts. There's like a specific kind of like mood that I have in mind for him, but I can never like consistently do it. Judge Gaville's theory was that Mr. Saint carried out the murder here in the yard, and then during the performance he threw the body down the well. What are you thinking? 𝐢𝐧𝐟𝐨, plausible or no?
Oh, why don't we see if Miss Hart can help us out again? He'll be able to tell us if Mr. Knight's body was here, and which way it went.
Good idea. I'll call Detective 𝐢𝐧𝐿𝐻𝐿. 𝐢𝐧𝐿𝐻𝐿. No. I can't do it. 𝐢𝐲𝐿𝐻𝐿 speaking? Detective, I need your assistance. Come to the prison yard and bring Miss R with you. You bet, sir! 𝐢𝐲𝐿𝐻𝐿's 7 secret weapons to the rescue again, huh? Fairly sure Miss R belongs to the precinct. I'd also like you to bring one of our witnesses. Call the Berry Big Circus and ask Miss Regina Berry to come down here with you. Yes, sir! I'll be there before you know it!
So, what shall we do while we're waiting for Gummy? How about a quick game of hide and go seek?
What idea, kiddo? What exactly would we hide? It's not seriously considering it. Your game can wait, Kay. We need to call on one of your more practical skills. I think you know the one.
Oh, you bet I do. One crime scene recreation coming right up.
Say what now?
Let me show you. Introducing a great thief's great secret weapon, Little Thief.
Oh, I've missed this.
Pew 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 pew.
Oh, it's so high tech in the HD quality. What the hell? Screen's buried for dinner. There's some next level text, little sis. Wanna talk me through the deets? What are you doing now?
I'm inputting everything we need for the simulation.
Allow me to explain. This is Mr. Thief. It's a device that can recreate crime scenes at specific moments in time based on the data you feed it.
How about I start us off with a recreation of what the yard looked like yesterday?
Good idea. That was when we were in the middle of tearing down the stage. We didn't pay much attention to the well then. Who knows? We may have overlooked something.
Leave it to me. I'll use the photo I took. Beepity beep, boop beep. That's all the data. Just gotta pump the projection power to max and dark skies of evening when no other bird dares take wing.
I can't take her seriously when she throws like a fucking cool. I can't. Protagonist ass line.
One alone remains all seeing. Now, witness the true power of a real modern day Robin Hood.
She's so cute. Hey, Ives, what is this? I'm so sorry.
It's a recreation of how things were yesterday, modeled on the data I gave Little Thief. This gadget was a tool used by the original 𝙘𝙠𝙤𝙣, and they used it to plan robberies.
Well, there's no harm in using it for something on the right side of the law now.
Oh, but keep in mind that it can only recreate what you tell it to. Can't simulate things it doesn't have data for, and if the data itself contains mistakes, then you'll wind up with those same mistakes in the recreation too.
This particular recreation is based on case photo, so we shouldn't run into any problems. It's enough preamble. Shall we get started?
Let's go! Don't forget.
You can examine real life. Okay. That was just a tutorial. Thanks, Gay. Thank you for the reminder. Look at the well. Which we will not be doing. Let's look at everything else because we can.
Now that's one impressive fence.
I'm pretty sure it's all the same though. Please don't, it's electrified. What's on the other side? I think this is all the same. If I... what's the elephant's name? There's a zoo, then a prison. If we talk to... What's the name of a drunk happy friend again?
𝐢𝐧𝐟𝐨!
Oh wait, no, there you go. We did get a call from it. 𝐢𝐧𝐟𝐨 the elephant, star of the show, alongside Regent the tiger and a saint. Never mind, I should read everything again. God, how could I forget? Not exactly inspired, though, is it? Was Miss Berry having an off day when she came up with it?
Oh my gosh, Mr. Edgeworth, in front of the poor elephant herself.
So I just realized I forgot to put chat on the right side of my screen or I can't see it. Don't use to distract you, your mother already did. Mommy, you did it herself. Every single time I say, don't distract me, Mommy You's gonna spawn herself. Who knows? I could jinx it right then and there. Make your bets. Make your bets fucking right now. Will Mommy You come and pop in? Now that I've jinxed myself. What are the chances? Surely not. The store appears to be locked.
Want me to open it? Can't guarantee anything, but I'll certainly give it a try.
No, if we deem it necessary, we'll simply ask. I think that is the same. That is the same. Somewhere else. Yes. Okay. We have the basket, which is important, if I remember correctly. Work a basket, or rather a cart given the wheels. Hey, wouldn't it be fun to hop in and race down the hill? That's the same. No, office chairs. Any of that come from? No! Oh no, it's not a thing! Okay. I guess not. Look at me, spouting lies. I'm to Warden 𝐢𝐧𝐟𝐸's beloved alligator.
And look, those bones must be from our latest meal.
I saw my dad an alligator could pick a carcass clean like that.
You think? I got the feeling she was rather ladylike in her own way, actually.
If you say so.
Well, I do! I can have a sixth sense for these things.
Interesting talent, though not one I'm particularly envious of. Yes, this is where the circus show stage stood.
You think people would be interested in a great thieving show?
That is the same? Yes, that is the same. Okay. I found a... Oh, no! He doesn't... Oh, we're not... Well, I mean, we are in an investigation. We don't really need to talk to him about anything. Great thieves, Gray's secret weapon. Got me intrigued, Mazarina. Know exactly about the book stuff there, yeah? Using great thief doodads in an official investigation. Oh, enough for the death stairs, Chief. Cool, okay? I can keep a secret. Anything for the truth, am I right? Possible that vital evidence has already been destroyed. In that case, reproduction of the scene. We have no hope of finding it. Hey, relax, like I said, I'll just zip it and nod politely while you cats do your thing. Thank you, that'll be very helpful. Let's talk to Kay. You're not gonna be like a tutorial, are you?
Wouldn't it be great if we could find an alibi for, Simeon?
Careful. Bringing your personal feelings into this risk introducing bias to our findings. You must keep a cool head at all times while gathering information as quickly as possible.
Ah, so that's how you go around glaring at people. You're using your icy stare to method.
Come on. Method. I swear I can speak. I can't speak.
Methodically.
Methodically.
To methodically analyze your tight-lipped opponents.
Do I really come across as that cold of a man? I love how, like, with every person he talks to about that kind of thing, does he slowly get, like, slightly insecure about it? He's like, am I really perceived that way? Because he's never had to, like, think about it for so long. He just knows what he needs to do. But he slowly has to, like, warm up. Isn't that cute? Edgy P? Look at your character development. His chairs must have been for the audience. This is the same? Where we find out Miles didn't... Yeah. He didn't do any hard labor? Consider it, yeah, that's the same. Okay, so... we've investigated everything but the well that we needed to do, but I'll triple check anyways. Zia, the basket, the fence, the pond, fender, stage. Okay. I did a typo and totally didn't mention a to say. You did? Squint. Just noticed those in the past. Oh. I forgot I have my stream still on the thing because for some reason it doesn't stay. It doesn't stay as the thing that I want it to. What is it called? I've got the DVR. I always try to turn off the DVR so that it stays like on time, but then like we had some issues in the past before, so I've just kind of left it as it is because it doesn't stay anyways. Mom and Mr. Streamer can't read. Isn't Mom and Mr. Streamer in this case the same thing? What are you complaining to? Mr. Streamer is trying his best, okay? Okay, we're going to go... How do you go up? How do you go up? The arrow key that signifies up. Good job. Looks like this was designed for raising and lowering a bucket. No sign of the bucket though. Okay, good job. Because that makes sense. Now we go back down. So we'll start with this. The well was behind the stage, which means there aren't many people who could have thrown Knight's body down it during the show. It's looking worse and worse for Mr. Saint. What are a bunch of pulleys doing here? They don't seem to be well pulleys for lifting buckets. There's a sturdy-looking hemp rope lying on the ground.
Kind of reminds me of the ropes we used for playing tug-of-war in school.
The answer's no, Kay.
What? I didn't even say anything! Yet.
I see it also has a metal stake attached to one end.
Oh yeah! It looks like something you used to put up a tent.
There was no tent, was there? In which case, what was it used for? It's a metal weight of some kind. It looks like it weighs... The projection makes it a little tricky to read. Do you remember how heavy it was, Kay?
Sure, it was 30 pounds.
30-pound weight. A single 30-pound metal weight was found by the well. Digging, where are you, Scam? I made the poll that signified the exact date of when the digging stream would be. Who is scamming here? No one! I would not take the slander. Do not drag my name down the mud. Excuse you. If you want a digging stream, it'll be on Saturday. Alright. Maybe I should have done the digging stream today because today's stream got delayed anyways. Maybe the universe was trying to tell me something. No! Saturday. I said Saturday and it's Saturday. Alright? Wait patiently. You guys talk about digging so much. Isn't it supposed to be like an art form? You need to be patient. You need to appreciate art and be patient for it. Right? I feel like that's what you guys would say.
What does anyone need such a heavy weight for anyway?
Does it seem related to the circus show at any rate?
So, what do you think all the stuff around the well was used for?
Items around the well. Pulleys, a rope, and a weight. What were they being used for?
I can't see any of the animals needing them for the part of the performance.
Indeed. Nothing immediately strikes me as a likely purpose. We'll have to ask Miss Berry later. I suspect that's all about all there is to find for now. Detective Gumshoe should be here soon too. Okay, you can power down Mr. Thief now.
Sure thing. Prepare to return to normality. Pew 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 pew.
Good investigation. That was very progressive. Oh, sorry, sir. I came as quick as I could. Missile, sweetie, are you okay?
Ha! Speak of the devil.
A detective, that's indeed impressively quick. You know me, sir. Never did like to keep you waiting.
Thanks for coming all this way too, Regina. No problem. This seemed way more fun than rehearsal, so I ditched them for the day.
It's very much appreciated. Alright, detective, let's get started with Missile. Yes, sir. Hey, Missile, over here, boy. Oh. I thought my FPS was dying for a second. That like slow screen like movement. it looked kind of laggy. But no, there's not a lot to like move to the side, is there? What's the matter? Come on, boy. Come on. What's wrong with him? Looks like he's scared of something, sir. Alligator! This is not a fan, sir. Well, I doubt he'll be of much help to us like this. Anyway, other bright ideas, Malzarino? Yes, actually. Miss Berry, would you mind lending us a hand?
Oh, I'd love to. Just tell me what you need. Do you want me to teach Allie some tricks?
I don't doubt she could do it, but nothing quite like that. I'd simply like an account of what the yard looked like during the show.
I like where this is going. You're thinking of using Little Thief again, am I right?
If you'd be so kind. Oh, Missile! Look at Missile, so cute.
Okay, I've plugged in all the data. Firing up the simulation.
My eyes! Oh! Wait, we get to see... Wait, is this new? We get to see Saint in the background? I don't remember this. Maybe we do. I just can't remember.
Here you go. This is what the yard was like during the show.
The time at which the body was purported to have been thrown down the well.
Oh wow, this is so amazing. It's like magic. No magic here, just sweet, sweet data. Which is why...
The area behind the stage is missing.
Yeah, Regina said she was involved in getting the stage set up, so we don't have any data on what it was like back there.
No data, no simulation, huh? Brutal.
I'm so sorry, you guys. It's all because I let Simeon do everything by himself.
Oh, no, it's all my frilly associate's fault. Objection, Fender.
Anyway, we've got a fresh simulation now, but we still have the other data too. I can switch back whenever you want to. The recreation.
Wait, whenever you want to. Wait, what? To go to. Of them taking. Go. We want to go to the recreation of them taking down the stage. Is that a typo? Okay, maybe I can't read. Examine the scene both during and after the show. Let's switch between the two as well. So this is tutorial. Now investigation, shall we? Dum. I did something to a random stream, but that isn't funny for a year. What do you mean? What do you mean, a random streamer? It was random a year ago, but every point after that wasn't random. You stay subbed. Finally agree that you are my mother-in-law. I guess technically. No. No, even before Yummy, you called me mum, did you not? Although even if that was in that context specifically there, it was probably just like yelling mum in like the void whenever I did fuck up. Mom, the Mr. Stream is being dumb again. Streamer is a scammer, real and true. What do you mean? If you go back to that community post and you look at it. Do you see edited post? No! Because I'm not a scammer. I did not touch a single thing about that post, meaning it is all written exactly as it should be. No forgery happened here. Can't take this slander anymore. Can't take this anymore. And the digging stream will die on Saturday. Mark my words. Don't make me pull out the actual mom card. I'm gonna ground you guys. You got ground. Sorry, that was a bad pun. Don't make me do it. Oh, here's the cart. I was right. Basket was empty in the other recreation.
Oh yeah, it was definitely empty in the photo I took too. Oops, sorry, I made a mistake when I was filling you in earlier.
Oh?
That basket's for holding 𝐢𝐧𝐟𝐸's food, but on the morning of the show, all the apples that were in it had vanished. Poof! I totally forgot to mention it. Sorry.
Disappearing apples. I should make a note of this. Disappearing apples. Food for 𝐢𝐧𝐟𝐸 that was in the cart until the day before the show, but was gone by the next morning. It's the pen that held 𝐢𝐧𝐟𝐸, the Asian elephant. Now empty, as the lady herself is on stage.
I wonder how they got her in here in the first place.
What do you mean?
Well, the entrance to the yard is people-sized. And there's like a gazillion megawatts pumping through the fence. Kinda risky, no?
Not if one turned off the electricity.
Yeah, but then all the prisoners would escape.
Through an entrance blocked by an elephant? I think not.
This is a real puzzle, alright. I need to give it some more thought.
She seems to be enjoying the challenge. I'll leave her to it. It's electrified. I think it's still the same. Why? We just had the previous investigation. Why is the deck still the same? 3 times. 3 times you can interact with this on 3 different occasions. Oh my gosh. One of the gods will love it. Okay, so this is the same. That makes sense. Why did they separate the investigation? It was so short. Now we gotta double up on this shit. Please. I just want to make sure I investigate everything. It's different. Yeah, so we can't go to the power room anymore. We don't really need to care about that. Fender's, yeah, see, Fender's one's fine. Look, I can speed through it. but then oh, this game. Just are lined up neatly for the show. Though we know there were a few empty seats during the performance.
Huh? Something about this space, the way the seats are arranged, reminds me of a karaoke contest I entered as a kid.
You entered a karaoke contest?
I sure did, and I came in second. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight. One alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's light.
So you didn't actually sing that?
I sure did.
She did well to take second place, or perhaps stole is more apt. Or is it more that she failed to steal first place? I'm overthinking this. I've actually got second place with that. It's actually insane. And say a word, sir. I know just what you're looking for. It's written all over your face. It is. Missile may be temporarily out of action, but my fishing rod is good to go whenever you need it. Oh, and if you want to give the metal detector a shot, I have that too. Metal detector, one of Detective Gumshoe's 7 secret weapons. He used to find metal. I've never seen him so excited. I'll be sure to let you know if I need either of them, Detective. Missile. It's as bad as it looks, sir. Poor little guy's scared out of his kid. I'd hope to have him track down that scent again, but that clearly isn't in the cards now. Poor Missile.
So do you come to visit the prison often, Regina? I sure do. Have so many little friends here. It's wonderful. And they're all such sweeties. The old faces and the new. I made a new friend only yesterday. Allie is just the cutest.
Cute? A full-grown alligator lurking in the depths of the pond?
Are you sure about that? I'm kind of worrying you could just walk up and then jump, you know? Oh, don't be silly. She'd never do anything like that. Especially since she's not doing great. I heard she hasn't been herself since yesterday. I'm so worried about her. You guys are worried too, right? Right? Yeah, totally. Super worried. Right, Miss Sedgwick?
Yes, super. Don't rope me into this.
A story of forbidden love between a tiger and an elephant. Wish I could have seen it. Wish I could have seen Simeon up there on stage too. Oh, he was wonderful. The way he flew off that stage.
Yes, that scene. Victory is depicted in a very unique manner, whereby the villain is sent flying from the stage. Having been ejected from the stage in this manner, the villain no longer appears in the performance. So you're saying the crime took place during the time. Roughly how long would you say Mr. Saint was off stage for, Miss Berry?
Let's see. I guess it was around 15 minutes?
Just as Judge Gavel said. Isn't it pretty hairy health and safety wise having an elephant fling a guy off the stage?
Not at all. Azia is very gentle.
I'm not sure it changes much if she flings him gently or roughly.
Too gentle, in fact. When we first rehearsed it, she barely nudged him. But by the end, he was flying off that stage. Not because of Azia, though. Simeon had figured out some kind of trick, apparently. Isn't that amazing?
A trick? Do you have any idea what kind of trick?
Who, me? Oh no, it was Simeon's big thing. I wouldn't know where to start.
Mr. Saint's big moment. A trick of some kind enabled Azia to send Saint flying. I think that is everything before we investigate the... Yes, before we investigate the well. Can't drag your name into the mud when it's already there. What do you mean? What mud? Well, I would never be in mud. As someone that's entomophobic, I don't know what fucking like insects and shit are in the mud. So, you know, chicks and you, I would never be even remotely close. Right? I may like the winter season, but I wouldn't be outside in the rain. Alright? So all the mud everywhere, not my thing. I'm okay with watching the rain. Okay, looking at the mud. Won't interact with it. I would never be in the mud. I'm a clean person. Clean as bunny. Do you see how white my fur is? Yeah, exactly. It's because I wouldn't be in the mud. Besides the black like gradient. That's just in my genes. That's just how my fur is. Mama, big sis, grandma, and every other kind of name, so I don't think they count. You just yell at anything that's like appropriate for that that context, yeah. But then like exactly, that isn't technically me acknowledging being mother-in-law. I'm just used to you saying whatever the fuck, and I just play along with it. You know, when we do the bits on stream, buddy old pal friend. That's what we do. Is it awkward enough? Can I make it sound awkward enough? Remove the post down, post it again, right? What do you mean? I posted it exactly the hour after I made that stream. You shut up. Slander. Absolute slander. My name would never be in the mud. Get out. Get out. Don't make me revoke that fucking digging stream. Just like you said, I can just remove the post right now. I'm gonna just remove the post and act like it's never happened, right? And none of you guys will have proof about the fucking digging, alright? No confirmation. Just me talking about the digging, but not me accepting a digging stream. That would never exist. Don't make me do it. This bunny has too much power. Don't test me. Could it be that we're missing some data for this point in time?
Yep, that's about the size of it. You gotta go steal us some data.
I don't steal data, Kay. I use logic and deduction to get what I need.
Well, I'm more of an act first, think later girl.
Please don't add to my workload with your recklessness. I would hate to have to order your arrest. Okay, so with Kay we can switch if we talk to her. Switch recreations, oh yeah, she gives us a tour, but I'll click it anyways. Who knows, maybe she'll give us an interesting tidbit. Let's see a session between. Oh, that's cute. The show 2 days. Yeah, I'm gonna return us. Yeah, if I need to switch recreations, which we can do right here. There you go. It's immediate. So everyone's in the same spot, but it's just the things. Yeah, there you go. But all this interaction should still be the same, technically. Yep, there you go. But what we need to do is go into here. Incorrect. Incorrect. Into here. We actually have a lot now. Usually it's like very straightforward of like 2 of them or like 4 of them. But now we've got 6. So let's skim through these. What are they being used for? So this could imply that where is it? Big moment. There's a pulley, a rope, and a weight. You can use those 3 items to, you know, do the big trick. I made Saint fly off the stage. Disappearing apples. I think we can start off with that because these 4 don't really tell us anything. We're suddenly gone. We don't really have anything that implies it. Metal I used to find metal. And we found this, but this I think this one comes later. I think we can push these 2. There you go. The trick Mr. Saint performed for his big scene could have something to do with all the items we found by the well. Taking another look at these items, could they not have been used for this trick of Mr. Saint's?
Sounds plausible enough. Hey, I can maybe add it to the simulation.
Good idea. Please go and ask Mr. Saint for the details.
Roger that. I'll be right back. I'm back, and he told me exactly what he did.
How he did it. What am I reading? Excellent. Well, how does it work?
He said he used the pulley at the top of the well to suspend a heavy weight from a rope and lowered that down into the well. The other end of the rope went through 2 more pulleys and was tied around his body.
I see. So you used the downward pull of the weight to help him launch himself. Help him launch himself into the air. But how did he make sure that the weight only dropped when he wanted it to?
He used a stake to stop it. That's how.
This road didn't seem to know anything about the trick or the contraption he built for it. In which case, I suppose it must have been Mr. Saint himself who pulled out the stake.
That's right. And to do that, he used a second length of rope. He tied it to the stake, and then, when he gave it a sharp tug, pew! The
stake was released, and the weight dropped down the well.
It's a great trick. I have to steal it. This one has to go in the Great Thief's repertoire.
May not be quite that easy. These kinds of circus tricks can require years of practice to master. Simply stealing your idea won't be enough.
Alright, practice it is then.
But before you run away to do so, would you mind updating the simulation?
Alright, then we can see how it all worked for ourselves. Okay, I'm switching back to the recreation of the performance.
My eyes!
And now to add in the data. Little Thief should be able to reproduce the trick now.
This is how Mr. Saint performed his trick.
Mr. Saint's trick, a contraption that used the will, a very heavy weight, 3 pulleys and 2 lengths of rope to send Saint flying during the show. Simeon's full of surprises, huh? I mean, dropping a weight down a well to help him fly off the stage like that? That's genius.
Indeed, but I imagine he would have needed quite a lot of weight, more than him at the very least. It would have taken some serious pull to lift him into the air like that. Pulling force, something heavier than Saint himself would be needed for the trick to work.
Yeah, and probably a ton of practice.
And so we can interact with this now.
That's one heavy weight. Kind of makes you think how much this must all be weighing on Simeon.
It does? I'm not sure I quite see it myself.
Oh? Too bad we don't have the real thing here. Otherwise, I'd hang it around your neck like a big ol' albatross. Then we'll see how you like it.
You're gonna face some stiff resistance if you try it, I can promise you that. This tarp, it's just like the one we saw in the workshop.
This tarp is just like the one we saw in the workshop.
Yes, but why is it here?
But why is it here? Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You've gone kind of blank.
And I intend to stay blank until you stop stealing my thoughts. Mr. Saint used the world to construct a contraption that would send him flying from the stage. He made clever use of 2 ropes. I think that is it. We only just needed the weights. Oh wait, no, this can go up now. Pulley and a rope. I suppose the two do tend to go together.
They sure do, like a great thief and her treasure. Can't have one without the other.
Sorry, but the proper pairing in this case is a great thief and a set of handcuffs. Hey, she's trying. This is the rope that was hanging down the well.
But there's no pinata at the end of it, and definitely no bucket.
You try to be serious, Kay.
Oh, come on, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm just trying to lighten the mood. So cut it out with that stare of yours.
Actually, she may be onto something. You might want to consider what could have really been attached to the end of the rope. For some reason we can't like link that together. But that is kind of the point. That only implies something more, doesn't it? So we can do the new one that we got and the 30-pound weight. Pulling force and the weight that is needed. Wow!
Wait, doesn't this seem odd to you?
No? Even noticed, Detective, there's something strange about the weight we found, how heavy it is, how there's only one, what it's made of. Because that's what's important. How heavy it is. It's not that it's how heavy it is. We can't really imply yet, but I'm gonna say it anyways for some reason. I forgot scared. How heavy it is. Because there's only 130. No? Oh, wait, hold on. See, this is why I start to overthink. Because you can imply that this game doesn't like when you think like that. Because 30. We don't know if there's another one though. So you can't say how there's only one. We don't know if there is more than one. So we have to, so you have to say this one. This game. We don't. The one weight on its own wouldn't be heavy enough. Yes, exactly! Okay.
Insufficient weight. More weight would have been needed to lift Saint into the air.
A single 30-pound weight couldn't have lifted Mrs. Saint off the ground. Oh yeah! In which case, could there perhaps be some weights missing? Like a job for my 7 secret weapons, huh? Should I need to use them, Arise? I suppose I should speak with them then. Which is now, because we've investigated everything. Never mind. I guess we don't need to talk to him. Oh, unless we go into the other one? Do we need to do that? Not really. Okay, that means we need to use the thing. That's why this is here. So for us to find more weights, we need to use the metal detector. Why would you put it in there? Just talk to the guy. But they do it like that, so they force you to use the mechanic, because why else? How else are you supposed to use the new mechanic in the game if you don't put you know? I love point and click games. Detective, I have need of one of your secret weapons. Roger that. The metal detector, if you would be so kind. Oh jeez, I'm never gonna get to use my fishing rod. Nah, you will, don't worry. There's an alligator on it. I mean, there's a pond. That's just a pond. If there's any body of water like in the vicinity, that means your fishing rod will be useful. Just give it time. So before we get started, let me run you through how a metal detector works. I think it's in the name. Use this gauge to have this yard to make something. Are you walking? We're walking around as Gumshoe. You want to examine the spot where I'm standing. What do we got here? Oh, the fence. Oh, this is how it works. Tell me where you want me to look, sir, and I'll get right on it. Yeah, we get to walk around as Gumshoe. Look at this. Whoa. I actually don't know all like the incorrect spots for this one. So I wanna save. I don't know. I can't remember if there's only one right option. I don't think there is. Yeah. Yeah. So it's doing a lot of random areas, but I can't. So let's see if we can find all the incorrect ones before we find the right one. I'm really bad at this metal detector thing. Isn't it cool? Even though he's only technically flipped, so it looks like he has 2 pencils on the side of his head, but he doesn't. When he goes this way, and then when he goes this way, and he goes this way, and when he goes this way. Yeah. Got something. There's something here, sir. Oh, it's a gold coin, sir. What a find! It'll go down in history. I imagine a gold coin would stay hidden long in a prison yard. Oh, you found it! Never would have guessed it was hiding there this whole time. That's one of the coins from the big coin hunt we hold once every 2 weeks. Yeah, that sounds kind of interesting. Must be fun for the whole family. Sure is. The prisoners have to hunt for the coins and the coins the warden buried around the yard. And if they find 3 silver coins or 1 gold coin, they can swap them for a jelly donut. Press the show now a treasure hunt. Is prison or playground? So, okay. That was our first incorrect find. So good start. We're gonna save every time. Because I don't think I can't remember if I was able to find everything in my original, my first playthrough of it. So let's see if we can found something. Something is I didn't see anything metallic. What did the detector pick up? I guess I must have picked up some iron sand. Iron sand. As in sand you can pick up with a magnet. That's the stuff you can find at the beach sometimes. And I got just the thing we need right here. Introducing secret weapon number 6 or 7. Yeah, you making this up as you go along. Seemingly ordinary magnet that I found at the hardware store. Watch this. I just bring it close to the ground and ta-da! It's picking up the iron. Woohoo! Come on, little guys. Come to Papa. Must be nice to be so easily entertained. Regardless, the investigation must continue. Alright, that was fine to number 2. I'm gonna play with Gumshoe as long as we can, okay? He gets a small time to shine, okay? I don't know if we get to like walk around as him like anymore. Later on in the game anyways. So yeah, so there's something here. I feel like that is something. If we go in that general area, it will start to... Okay, so there's... I think that's everything! It's not like... Yeah, it's not going side to side any more than this. Oh, Gumshoe, I think our playtime's over soon. Oh, what a shame. Yeah, it starts to go a bit wacky when it goes that way. Oh, what a shame. Oh shit, then he explained. No, I don't want to. I was just curious if it No, Gumshoe, I'm fine. I know how the metal detector works. It's okay. Thank you. I was just curious what the talking button would do. Look how K and Missile are together. Isn't that cute? Because usually it'd be Gumshoe next to Missile, but K takes care of him instead. That's cute. Okay. So I'm picking up something over here. Take a little look-see. Huh? Found these little guys in the grass. They're the same as the way we found by the well. They must be from Mr. Saint's trick. Someone hide these here on purpose. I count 4 together, sir.
They will be more than heavy enough to send him flying.
Somebody had several of the same weights as the one by the well. But why? And why over here? Yes! Nice work, me. Ah!
Alligator!
That thing nearly gave me a heart attack. Huh? Uh-oh, I wonder what's going on. What's the matter, detective? It's the metal detector, sir. It's reacting to the alligator.
What? How?
You sure it's not responding to the weights we just found? No, sir. I'm sure this is something different, and I'm sure it's coming from the alligator. And she's gone.
We scared that big snapper good. I don't think that's it, Kay. Huh? Then what is it? Hallie hasn't been herself lately.
That's the name. Allie, the warden's favorite pet.
She wouldn't even look at the food Warden Lagarde brought her yesterday. She was acting as if, I don't know, as if maybe she'd eaten something that didn't agree with her.
Maybe the metal detector was responding to whatever she ate, sir?
Oh no! What if she ate one of the weights?
I only doubt that even an alligator could swallow a 30-pound lump of iron. So what did the metal detector actually pick up? And why would someone hide those weights? Perhaps I missed something when I looked at the equipment by the well. Okay, could you recreate the scene again?
Coming right up.
Hi, Ballet! I think I was, yeah, very late greeting on my part. Thanks for stopping by, do take care! Okay, so we have to go investigate the well? So let's see what we missed. What do we have to deduce? Let's see. What piece of evidence? Hold on. Very heavyweight. 3 pulleys, but there's only 2 visible pulleys and 2 lengths of rope. So I guess this is what we need to deduce. The evidence somehow. Never mind. Oh wait! I forgot there's a pulley already on the well. You know what? That was my bad counting skills. That one's on me. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. Projector. Don't imagine the things. It's missing something. Because isn't this the pulley? 1, 2, 3. It's missing something. A very heavy weight, 3 pulleys and 2 lengths of rope. Oh, wait! Is this technically only 1 rope? Okay, we'll try this one. Because that's just the rope for the... What is it called? What do they call that? What do they call that? The stake? Okay, so I was on the right track. I just miscounted the wrong thing. Good job. Think about the 2 recreations. The one during the performance and the one we're looking at right now. There's a major difference between the 2. Namely, that one of the ropes is missing.
Oh yeah!
Mrs. Saint's trick wouldn't work with only the items we see before us.
So what happened?
Where did the missing rope go? Like whether the piece of evidence we've collected might tell us exactly that. It's around his body, actually. Oh, so sorry, spoilers. Discovered on Knight's body. This rope was found beside Knight's body.
Wait, you mean?
Yes, it must have been the other rope used in Mr. Saint's trick.
So you're saying?
Yes, that this rope did indeed have a weight attached to it. There wasn't any of the iron weights we found. Those were hidden in the bushes and replaced with something else.
Well, what's it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, I'm dying here.
Think about what the rope we found in the workshop was related to. Do that and you'll soon figure out the answer. The weight dropped down the well in place of that iron weight. Weights was... Oh, it's so fucked up, but it is the truth. We don't really have anything else that weighs the same. Ah! Can only have the Knight's body that was dropped down the well.
What? Mr. Knight's body was the weight?
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Wow! Oh, look at that! That's the victim. Holy shit. Somebody first swapped out the weights used for Mr. Saint's trick. Then Mr. Saint used the contraption to make his exit from the stage. When he let the rope around his body loose... Both the rope and Knight's body fell to the bottom of the well. That rope was never used to restrain Knight. It was used to suspend his body halfway down the well. From this we can easily see why most of the weights were hidden.
So that no one would realize they'd been replaced with the body.
Precisely. We can then further deduce that they were hidden by the killer. Or their gang? Was Paul Bron get stabbed in the neck? Would there be blood everywhere, including down the well? And the killer thought of that, which is why they used this. The tarp.
Take that!
Tarp was found with the body. I think it's likely that Knight's corpse was wrapped in it. Ah, now the puzzle falls into place. It's all coming together now. Love it.
But all we're doing is proving that the body did go down the well. Which means we're helping to prove that Simeon was the killer.
No, not quite.
But what about what Judge Cavell said yesterday?
But if Mr. Saint truly is the killer, why would he need to go such lengths to commit his crime?
That's true.
Knight's body fell down the well when Mr. Saint used his contraption during the show. Therefore, it reveals nothing about where the real killer actually was or what they were doing at the time. It's only designed to throw suspicion onto those who were not at the show.
Yeah, I guess we did suspect Mr. Canis right away, huh?
That was the killer's goal, to make us think that the crime took place during the show. In other words, he used the word contraption to construct an alibi. Miss Berry, when exactly did Mr. Saint put his contraption together?
It would have been the day before the show. The night before, actually. Yes, we started getting ready for the show at around 9 p.m. And I think we finished at around midnight?
In which case, the killer must have switched the weight out for the body after that point. Body used as weight, the body was left dangling inside the well the night before the incident. Mr. Saint's trick, updated. Used during the show to send Saint flying, the weights were replaced with the victim's body by someone. Think, boy, think. Did Canis know about this contraption? Even if he did, he wouldn't have been able to do much with it. And I highly doubt that he taught his dog to suspend bodies halfway down wells, although it would be a good trick! It would be a very good trick to teach your dog! To tie a body to a well. Yeah, that doesn't really roll off the tongue, does it? Which means Canis isn't the killer. Good job. Alright, so that means we have more deducing to do. Incorrect button. Didn't. Never mind! Was left dangling inside the well the night before the incident. Uses weight. Disappear. Okay, hold on. I think it's one of the scenes. Oh wait, no. 𝐢𝐧𝐟𝐨! I think I've cracked the case, sir! What if the killer was an invisible man? Go on. Well, the weapon came out of nowhere and nobody knows how the body was moved. None of that makes sense until you put an invisible man in the picture. Detective, don't tell me you think invisible people really exist. Who knows, sir? But it'd be fun to see one though, huh? What a winning idea. Perhaps we should make your assignment to Mr. Winner permanent from tomorrow. You gotta be kidding me! That kid probably still believes in Santa Claus! They put in glass houses. Hey, he's trying his best. He could be right. You wouldn't ever see an invisible man, so there could be an invisible man! You don't know! You don't know! Give Gumshoe some credit, he's doing his best. A wicker basket, or rather a cart. That is the same, but okay. Hold on. Why does it say it's not, look, do you guys see that? The tick? I thought something new would come up, I guess not. It might be implying for me to go to the other, thing. Not that I would understand it. Because that should all be the same. Let's switch over. This should be different. Because we were here the whole time. 2 days ago. Incorrect. See? The apple. The apple. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I'm wrong. So you know disappearing apples are a thing. Wait. In the day before, but then it was gone by the next morning, and then we know that something happened at night. Is that what the game wants you to imply? Because I know you can like assume that was how the body was transported, but like, wouldn't doesn't the game do a little bit more to like, I don't know, connect the dots? I'll do a save. and then combine it. If it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. Oh, for some reason I couldn't move. Okay, we'll try. Yeah, there you go. Or is it? Then what is it? Is it? But the 𝐬𝐻 won't have eaten. We don't have any. Hold on. Which scene of the? Hold on. Okay, I'm lost. I don't think you can push the bodies. I'll never get over it. This is supposed to imply something, but it's not. Hold on. Oh, unless you are supposed to be like, okay. Well, 𝐬𝐻 was right there, and then the apples were right there, so she would eat. I feel like they would have led that one too a little bit more. I faintly remember the apples. And I feel like it would have been a... Really? Apples in the basket were likely eaten by 𝐬𝐻.
Really? That's strange. I made sure to put the cart where her trunk couldn't reach them.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yes, he was still full of apples the night before the show.
We must consider the possibility that the cart was moved to somewhere within 𝐬𝐻's reach. A large basket full of apples couldn't have been moved by the wind, which likely means somebody moved it for a reason. I kicked by accident. We got basket of apples, I'll read that later. So before the show had even started, the cart had been moved and its apples eaten. Yes, that seems to be the most probable timeline. Let's update. That's simulation, performance then. Change back to the recreation first. And then update. I like that the game gives you a tip, like a little tip of the thing though. Like this is unchecked, so take a look at the scene before you and then your clues. Little wonder it smelled of animals. It was being used for the elephant.
Told 𝐬𝐻's apples, right? Yep, he was full of them the day before the show.
They vanished overnight.
Ah, did you figure something out, Miss Edgeworth?
Quite possibly. Now we have it. Body used this way in the basket of apples. The basket was moved by someone the night before the show. Is it? Can you really put those two together? This door appears to be locked. Want me to open it? Can I get it? Give it a try. So now in this recreation we have access to the power supply, which we don't go to yet. Oh, that's a surprise. But that is the case. It feels like such a jump to put those two together though. Like I get it, but like not in the context. Do you get me? The night before and the night before. Basket was moved the night before the circus performance, and we've deduced that the weights were switched out for the body at around the same time.
Had to chalk that up to coincidence, huh?
The next question we should be asking is, why was the cart moved? I think I can hazard a guess. The cart would have been blocking that door, which can only mean
that somebody needed to open it.
And thus, here we go.
Now let's see what's... Oh, great, it's locked. Let me ask a guard for help. Hey, Mr. Guard!
Yes, miss, what can I do for you? That was fast. God, where's the key for his door? Well, the warden keeps hold of that. I'll go ask her for it. Warden Lagarde is the only one with a key. Meaning if somebody did open the door, they would have had to get it from her somehow.
Thanks for the help.
This feels scary. Like, this feels like a horror game. For some reason, looking at this just like... horror game. Like, if you don't switch it in time, you turn around, you'll get fucking jumped. That's what it feels like. This was uncanny to look at. And I can't remember if I felt the same way in the original. Look at all these breakers. They must control the electricity for the whole prison.
So thinking somebody got in here the night before the show, right? But why? What were they trying to do?
Well, I doubt they came here by mistake thinking it was a break room. They must have come to tamper with the switches.
Hmm? Did they turn off the power to something?
To think of it, was there something that lost power? Or might have lost power had a breaker been flipped. The claim is due to a 3-hour gap in the footage. There was a 3-hour gap in the security camera footage.
Oh yeah, there was. So somebody flipped a breaker it was connected to.
Seems very likely.
Do you think it was the killer?
It's true that shutting off the cameras would have made things easier for them.
It would.
Which means the killer would have to be someone who had access to the breakers, and it seems only one person has the key. It couldn't be, could it? Breakers located in the power room just off the prison yard, where they tampered with the night before the body was found.
Alright, little thief, your work here is done.
My eyes! Yeah, you're gonna get flashbanged every time Little Thief is used, but don't worry. Don't worry. We don't get to see it a lot. We'll get to see it more, but we don't get to see it a lot. Very key difference. Oh, the family's here. First on the scene, the early bird wins the world. I can't do, fuck it, I don't know how to do this voice, I still can't, I don't know. Good morning, Mr. Winner. What? How'd you get here before me? Good morning, Mr. 𝐢𝐧𝐿. I see you've made an early start. And I see you made a late one, Judge Gavel. This is not my only case. I'm a very busy woman. Not all of us enjoy the freedom of a prosecutor relieved of his only current responsibility. Oh, I do apologize. I meant, of course, an associate attorney. Associate, more like asinine. We'll see about that. Eustace, let us begin the investigation of the yard. Okay, I'll get some officers to help. It won't be necessary. Why not? I've already finished investigating the yard and won quite the prize in the process. Won? But I'm supposed to be the winner. Your Honor? I'd like to revisit your theory from yesterday, in order to thoroughly disprove it. I would caution you to choose your words carefully, Mr. 𝐢𝐴. As I'm sure you remember, your badge is in my hands. I don't give a fuck! How could I forget? You've told me several dozen times already. Perhaps you'd care to try a different threat? You have been warned repeatedly, yes, and each time my words seem to have fallen on deaf ears. Allow me to make this crystal clear. The committee cannot and will not tolerate insubordination. The fate of my badge and the whims of the committee are of no concern to me now. The only thing that concerns me is proving Simeon Saint's innocence. Interesting. And spoken like a true defense attorney. In that case, I shall be equally uncompromising. In the name of the goddess of justice, I will strike down your case without mercy. And when I am done, your career as a prosecutor will be over as well. I hope you do not come to regret this. Let's battle! Judge Gavel's theory. My theory remains the same as when I related it to you yesterday. Mr. Incarcerator did not see Mr. Knight's body when he passed through the tunnel.
As such, the body could not have been dropped down the well during the show. We both know the only one who could have dropped the body down there during the show is Mr. Saint.
Sorry, Gavel. The voice difference. At least Eustace isn't talking very much. That's still your assertion, and you can prove it, of course. Well, they were late to the investigation. They didn't really get any more to, like, build up on their theory. What can you do? Of course you can. Who do you think you're up against?
What Eustace means to say is that we received the final autopsy report just ahead of our arrival. Shirley is a very busy woman, busy looking after a baby winner. The victim appears to have died the night before the body was discovered. In other words, the night before the show. The cause of death is as stated. It seems the wound is 4 inches deep.
Autopsy report. Estimated time of death. Autopsy report updated. Estimated time of death is between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. Very early in the morning on the 27th. Instant death from a stab wound to the neck. Ouchie, one would say. No, they wouldn't, because it was an instantaneous death.
Simeon Saint was off stage for a period of 15 minutes. There was plenty of time for him to throw the victim's body down the well. Judge Gavel hasn't investigated the yard yet, which means I fear there may be something of a flaw with your theory, Your Honor. Seem very confident of that. But do you have any evidence to prove it? Yes, I think I just might.
We might, but we'll press you anyways. As per usual, the Ace Attorney routine. The theory being that Mr. Saint was the killer, you're certainly clinging to it rather stubbornly.
And you are certainly clinging rather stubbornly to the idea that Mr. Saint wasn't the killer. Do you have any conclusive evidence that he wasn't? Any idea who the real killer might be?
I'd like to see what evidence you yourself have first.
I am an emissary of the goddess of justice. My words are her words. But her words are wasted on you, I see. You would challenge me if I said the sky was blue.
Is this a court or a cult?
If you truly mean to refute the word of the divine, then come, show me your evidence.
Mr. Casaretto did not say you. Isn't it possible that Mr. Casaretto simply failed to notice the body? He was actually blind in his right eye. What can you do?
Assistant to the Associate Attorney, you have been through the secret passage, have you not?
Whoa, how did you know?
Noticed mud on you yesterday, on that charming key on your hair to be precise.
That's incredible! You could be a great thief with eyes like that!
Answer me truthfully, in the name of the goddess. Would you, or would you not, have noticed the body had one been present?
Well, you know, I guess I would have.
There you have it. Mr. Cuthbert did not see a body, which means there was no body there to see.
When I talk as her, my nose gets blocked.
Hold it!
Could you talk us through your reasoning on that a little more? The day before the performance, Mr. Knight borrowed the keys from Mr. Casaretto.
Or more specifically, the key to his cell.
Mr. Knight then used the key to leave his cell and enter Mr. Saint's cage. Mr. Saint took Mr. Knight to the yard in that cage, and that's where he killed him. The following day, Mr. Casaretto crawled his way through the tunnel, but there was no body there yet.
Wait a second, that doesn't add up. Mr. Casaretto smelled the sweet smell, so Mr. Knight must have been in the tunnel already.
No, his body did not pass through the tunnel until sometime after Mr. Casaretto had crawled through it. Mr. Casaretto used the tunnel right around the time the show was starting. The body was discovered just after the performance ended.
I wish you to deduce that the body could only have been thrown down the well during the show.
Yes, and who the culprit must be.
You both know who it could have been. It must have been that guy. Are you sure about that? Could nobody else have done it?
I understand that Miss Berry was on stage for the entire performance. Most of the prisoners who were watching the show, and those who were not have plausible alibis.
What about the guards?
They, too, were watching the show, as was the warden.
How can you be so sure? A guard could have easily approached the well unnoticed.
None of the guards left their posts during the show. I've checked this for myself, you know. I took statements from each and every one of them. She's thorough, I'll give her that. You're finally ready to accept the truth. The killer could only have been Simeon Saint. Judge Gavelle hasn't carried out a full investigation of the yard yet. Got the advantage of a change. Even though I've read through everything, I have to like properly read through it so that I'm presenting the right one. So the tunnel had only been dropped down during the show. How was that evidence written out again? So this is to prove that it wouldn't have been, it was, okay, no, that it was in the tunnel technically. I guess. So there was no way that the body would have, in her theory, been thrown down the well? Hold on. Could only have been dropped dropped down the well during the show. What am I supposed to present this on? Hold on. Would it be this one because it's talking about the well? Dropped down, but it's not dropped. I mean, she's not wrong. It was dropped down the well during the show. Hold on. The evidence's wording always fucking gets me. Oh my god.
Hold it.
Fucking hold on. Yeah, that one's straightforward.
Hold it.
Sometime after Mr. Carcer had crawled through it. I'm not confident on how I'm supposed to present this one. I'm just gonna say that. Like, after all the evidence we've gone through, we've ended up only with 2 things. And an updated autopsy report. Such as the Miles Edgeworth experience. An updated autopsy report. Okay, I'll present on this one. Oh, no, on this, not on this one. I mean, this is technically true, but not like that. Present it on this one first. If it's not, it's not. I'll try the other one. So it's not that one. If it's neither of them, then I'm just fucked. Tough enough to crack the best of winner. No, it's not. It's straightforward. I just am not straight. Yeah, it's neither of them. Revise your testimony at all. Why is there 2 ways for her to like beat the shit out of you, Edgeworth? She's got 2 separate ones. Is it this one? Wait, unless did any of these other ones get updated? No, they didn't. They didn't though, did they? No.
I fucking up so early into the... Could have dropped down the... Why am I... Why? Hold on. I'm overthinking again. Yeah, Mr. Saint's trick. During the shows with Mr. Saint. Unless... It's to...
Hold it.
What did she say here again? No, they were just kind of fighting each other. That statement doesn't say anything. Meaning it has to be this one? Oopsie. Review the evidence we got yesterday. There was 2. There's only one of them that I can use here. Yeah, nothing else was updated, meaning it should be this one. Why? Why does it have to be such a specific one? They all kind of imply the same meaning anyways, don't they? Sorry, Your Honor, but there's something else you're going to have to take into account. Well, in the yard was rigged up to create a certain unique contraption. Contraption? Go on. Recall that Mr. Saint was sent flying from the stage by the elephant. I do, just before he was to be absent for some time. He's only able to fly through the air thanks to a weighted rope he tied around himself. Dropping the weighted end down the well allowed him to complete the trick. Wait, wouldn't that send him flying as soon as he set foot on that stage? Simple, really. He kept the weight from falling by using a stake to keep the rope in place. With a second rope, he was able to pull the stake free, thereby controlling when the weight was dropped. We found evidence suggests that the original weight was replaced with a knight's body. This is done by the real killer in order to create an alibi. The estimated time of death tells us the murder took place early in the morning. The killer could have tampered with the contraption in the time between the murder and the show. You say Mr. Saint himself set this contraption up, right? Well then who do you think is the #1 most likely person to have used it to dispose of a body, Even you must see how this works. How this looks. Mr. Saint was the killer, he could have simply done as Judge 𝙘𝐽 theorized without these extra steps. Miss Berry.
Yes?
Does anyone else know how Mr. Saint's tricks works?
Well, let's see. We had to get the prison's approval on what we were going to perform, so I don't think Simeon's the only one who knows.
And there you have it.
Interesting. You've certainly been diligent in your investigation, and yet I fail to comprehend your actions still. Why do you not work to do what is right? Is what am I doing wrong?
Is what I am doing wrong?
If so, who is it that deems it so? How can you not grasp even that? How can you not see that you are doing wrong at this very moment? You are a prosecutor, and yet you aid the defense. This flies in the face of common sense. You are breaking every rule in the book. I think only what is right and just, and act as I see fit in each situation I am confronted with. This is the path I've chosen, and whether you can comprehend that choice is immaterial. But if you mean to stand in my way, I'll fight back with all I can bring to bear. Perhaps the goddess of justice is testing me. Very well, if it is her will that we must fight, then I shall end this once and for all. Listen well, Mr. Edgeworth, but there's another reason why only Mr. Saint can be the killer.
That starting should have not been that bad. That was 4 statements, one of them which doesn't even count, and then the 3 of them. We had a 33.333% or 333 reoccurring percent chance of getting the right one, and I've lost I've lost 2 of them because I can't read. And here we are at the second one finally. Why Saint is the suspect?
If the body was moved from the yard to the workshop, Mr. Knight must have first been brought here to the yard from his cell. The only person who had the opportunity to do that is Simeon Saint. Thus, he remains the only possible suspect.
Yeah, that was pretty straightforward too.
Mr. Saint took a cage with him to Mr. Knight's cell. But why would he do that? Why take such an unwieldy object all the way to the holding cells?
Yeah, it is pretty sus.
Saucy.
That's such an old thing to say. I'm sorry. I didn't need to say that out loud. But we've all met Mr. Saint. That's exactly the kind of thing he would do. It's entirely plausible that he took the cage with him out of absent-mindedness and nothing else.
May be plausible, but it is no more or less plausible than him having helped Mr. Knight to escape.
Need some real solid evidence if I'm going to get her to budge. You need to budge my brain first. It's not fucking working.
Hold it.
Let's focus on pressing her. You seem to think that Mr. Knight was killed here in the yard. When do you think he was brought here?
Sometime between midnight and 8 AM, the day of the show. It could only have been during that time.
Other words, between the end of rehearsal and the start of the performance. Hick.
As I was saying, the body was moved from the yard to the workshop.
To his cell.
Is there really no other way he could have come here? Mr. Knight was awaiting trial. If he, a random non-inmate, had openly entered the prison proper, he surely would have been noticed.
Presumably, none of your witnesses have testified to having seen such a thing.
Precisely. Praise be to the goddess of justice for granting you this insight. So, as you will agree, it can only be that Mr. Knight was brought over here in secret.
No, he had like an evening stroll. You know, invisible man, like Gumshoe said. Maybe he came from Hogwarts, you don't know. But you're certain nobody else had the opportunity.
Need I remind you that we are in prison? The entire facility is monitored at all times. Anything out of the ordinary would have been spotted.
Aha, but that's where everything goes wrong. But Mr. Saint was under the same scrutiny, was he not?
Warden had granted the members of the circus troupe special access. As a member of the troupe under the supervision of Miss Berry, he is the only person who was free to wander where he willed.
Seems you've forgotten something, Your Honor.
Forget is not a word in my vocabulary, Mr. 𝐢𝐧𝐿.
Very well, then recall this fact if you will. You claim that Mr. Saint is the only person who was free to walk around the prison. There was a brief period of time on the day of the crime in this prison, a time where it would have been possible for anyone to move through the prison entirely unmonitored. What I have to show that there was a period on the day of the crime where the inside was limited. God fucking damn it. Is this gonna proceed, or is it just gonna make a new statement? I think it is. A 3-hour gap was actually recorded at 9 AM. This one, isn't it the period of the day?
Take that.
Mr. Saint is far from the only one who had the opportunity. Which opportunity are we talking about again? Previously established that the time code on the security footage was off by 3 hours, and from this we can deduce that there must have been a power outage lasting for that length of time, during which anyone could have moved around the prison undetected.
Do you mean to say that iKiller intentionally created this 3-hour gap?
There's no simple camera malfunction. Is that even possible? It's completely possible to create the 3-hour gap using this.
Take that.
My investigation of the yard turned up something rather interesting. Panel of breakers, one which can be used to cut the power to the security cameras. We also learned that the door to the power room may have been opened at around the time of the murder.
What?
Such a shame to see one so capable fall so short of the mark.
Sedgwick knows what he's doing.
Then how does he explain the lock on the power room door?
Oh yeah, it was kind of locked up tight. The warden's the only one with the key.
These breakers are vital to the prison's infrastructure, so I very much doubt that anyone could have gained access to the power room's key so easily.
Ah ha 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 ha! Look at him, smug ass. No, but one person could have.
I beg your pardon?
That person, the killer, had easy access to it, in fact. And what's more, their position here is such that nobody would dare question them.
But what? There's no one like that! The breaker to the electric fence is in there. They would be questioned in an instant.
There's only one person who meets these criteria. These criteria. I can hardly believe it myself, but I have to follow where the logic leads. Oh my god! The only person to the key. Fuck. The only person that has the key to the power room is Miss Lagarde. And there she is, Warden Lagarde.
Oh, just look at you! Aren't you the cutest little poochie-woo?
I forgot how I did your... let me drink water. Welcome back, Poker Castle. Really expecting this case to be wrapped up by this point. You're slow. Yeah, my reading fucked up a little bit, but even then... That was still only like a couple of minutes. It still would have taken 2 hours. To get to my current point anyways. Hey. Do you not want me to read all the dialogue? If not, I wouldn't be playing this game on stream. It's not just the pretty face. Miss R also has quite the nose for sweet things. Seems he's smelling something very sweet indeed, and it's coming from you. Oh, darling, you're making me blush. I'm not even wearing perfume. And perhaps it is the sweet stench of death. You're a regular poet, aren't you? I had no idea. If I didn't know better, I think you were calling moi the killer. That is precisely what I'm calling you.
What? Warden Lagarde is the killer. Mr. 𝐢𝐧𝐿, do you realize what you're saying? Oh, such a naughty boy. How could he suspect me, hmm? I'm the one in charge around here. It's like we're in a murder mystery, aren't we? And equally far-fetched. This is preposterous.
Sadly, it is not, although I can hardly believe it myself. But this is where the evidence points, and we must trust in the evidence. This piece of evidence proves that Warden Lagarde is the killer. The breakers? Because she's the only one that could have gone in? Hold on, I need to make sure what it says. Yeah, nothing else really like affirms her having access to something that only she can. Right.
Take that.
Incorrect. Because we just presented it. Hold on. You're so vague! Smelled something. Oh, you meant the fucking smell! Oh my god. I know we were talking about that, but you didn't really imply it particularly well. It's the reading every single fucking time. Sweet scent. So she's the only. She's. But it's so fucking. Oh my god. Let me save. You talk about the scent, but you know, this is why I play games. No, this is why I watch other people play games. Your scent betrays you, Warden. His face. Oh, I don't think we get to see it again. Oh, lovely Miss Sal. Look at your beautiful sharp teeth. And here's your accuser.
The police dog. We had him track a sweet scent that was lingering around Knight's body back when it was first found. It now appears to be smelling the same scent, and it's coming from you. Oh, darling, you're priceless, really are. Your evidence is a whiff of suspicion. Verity, dear, do put him in his place. Seems Judge 𝙘𝐽 may have reached a similar conclusion to myself. You believe this to be no mere coincidence, Mr. Edgeworth? I do. After all, she had the key, and the scent found lingering on the body is hers as well. Were it just one or the other, we might be able to brush it off as coincidence, however. Indeed, and it seems the conclusion approaches. Perhaps we should hear what the warden has to say for herself. We should, and when we have, this case will finally be at an end. Finally is a word that we want to hear so badly for today, but I can't seem to reach it. You're all being simply awful. Stop looking at me like that. Me, the killer? How could I possibly do such a thing?
Me, the prison guard, dealing with all the prisoners? Be a killer of prisoners that are also sometimes maybe killers? I didn't do it.
Verity told me everything she knows about the case, sweetie. The victim died in his cell, so by your logic I would have had to have killed him there. But how am I supposed to have moved the body, especially as I never went to the prison? I was too busy with work, you see. I was cooped up in my office until right before the show began. Check if you like, you won't find a record anywhere of my having entered or left the prison proper. Haven't the first idea what harebrained theories you little scamps have cooked up, but I'm innocent. Simply no way I could be the killer. Give me a break. Miss R doesn't lie. Don't make it hard on everyone and just come clean. My dear, I'm afraid you are the one making things difficult. As I just said, I never went into the prison. If you think I'm lying, go and check the records. She clearly wants us to check the records, which means they won't help us, which is to find another way of getting the truth out of her. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, stop being a big silly. Big silly?
A big silly? Who says that?
You've made a boo-boo and you know it.
Big silly? Boo-boo I can see her say, but big silly?
Hold it!
Judge 𝙘𝐽 told you everything. Are you close? Like as thieves, darling. Why do you ask? Are you jealous? Jealous? Of what? Asked Warden Lagarde for a lot of information on the first day of our investigation. Seemed only right that I share some information in return. Oh, Verity, do you have to make it sound so awfully dry? I thought we had a lovely chat. I simply shared the truth in our conversation. It was the least I could do.
Not sure what's going on, but these two, they're terrifyingly formidable together. Feminism.
The murder took place in his cell. You seem very happy to accept that. Why shouldn't I be? It seems the most likely place for it to have happened without drawing attention. Besides, they found Knight's body, blood in his cell.
Yes, but that was from being struck by Mr. Carceretto, though I didn't tell her that, I suppose. There's also been no testimony to the contrary.
What does it matter? Knight being killed in his cell doesn't go against any of the facts anyway.
Hold it!
Yeah, I just realized because we presented that thing, we skipped like a few of the statements. What can you do? I didn't save at the time, so...
Do you have any evidence that you didn't enter the prison? Please, darling, let me finish.
Oh, because why would you... Okay.
Hold it!
So you were in the office the whole time, you didn't notice anything unusual.
No, I can't say that I did.
You didn't notice anything missing.
I must confess, I'm a rather messy girl. I forget for one at that. I put something down and it's lost forever. It's a curse, darling, a curse. And lost some important evidence recently. It was gone. Poof. Just like that.
What? And she still has a job?
Honestly, if somebody came into my office and took something, it might be years before I noticed. Seems like I need more than the power of, power, fuck, I clicked by accident. Then the power room key to expose her. On the day of the murder, I was working my office. Oh, and looking for something I'd misplaced. Even if I had reason to go into the prison, I simply wouldn't have had the time.
Hold it.
Oh, my nose. Excuse me. Sorry, my hay fever has been acting up as usual. Sorry if there's random sneezing throughout today's stream and every stream for the next month. I feel like, sure, maybe you didn't go through the main entrance to the prison. What if you took another route? Oh, come now, sweetie. Surely you didn't mean that awful, filthy tunnel they discovered. Well, until yesterday, I had no idea it even existed. No, you had another way in, I'm certain of it. A route that didn't require going through the main entrance or the tunnel. We took through this location. Oh, I just have to present here. Fuck me, I guess. Do I have to present this area specifically? Like this side of the fence, right? Or do you mean the warden's office because there's a door here that leads to the yard? See, this is why I overthink. What if I do right in the middle? That's probably not gonna count, is it? If it's wrong. Through the fence? Warden, you took a knight from his cell and brought him to your office, which just happens to be connected to the yard. If you had a way through the fence, then you would have been able to circumvent both the entrance and the tunnel. A gold star for creativity, darling. And how would I have gotten through the fence? An extremely high fence, topped with a razor wire, with thousands of volts of electricity going through it.
Yeah, how is she supposed to have gotten through that,
The fence's electricity supply can be cut off from the power room, and only you had the key, Warden. No one but you could have done it. Utterly ridiculous. The power room is on the prison side of the yard. Warden Lagarde was on the detention center side. How would she even have reached the power room? Exactly, Verity, darling. Well, clever puss, you've dug yourself a real hole now. There is no record of Warden Lagarde having entered the prison proper. The idea that she could have shut off the fence by using the breaker is out of the question. Must be somewhere she could have done it. Take a deep breath, big guy. Because you're cool and you've lost everything. If you don't find a solution, she might still wriggle out of this. So take a deep breath, not freak out and completely lose your cool. There's nothing to be gained by banging your head against the same wall, yeah? No matter how you look at it, one little guard couldn't have done it alone. There's the key.
Objection.
If you cannot find the... You aren't doing yourself any favors by obstructing justice with your silence. That was a reflexive objection. But now that I've yelled it, if I don't come up with an answer, it's all over. I have one more thing to add, if you'll permit me. Something that explains how the warden could have shut off the breaker from the wrong side of the fence? Yes, because it's not as impossible as it seems. What enabled her to shut off the breaker, her position and accomplice at the time of the murder? Well, it would only be an accomplice. You know? She couldn't have done it alone, but what if she wasn't alone? Well, now we're talking. Way to flex the old grey matter, kiddo. I believe the Warden Lagarde, had an accomplice. Enough. You disappoint me, Miss Edgeworth. What do you mean? Miss Edgeworth has done nothing wrong. The inmates of this prison are all issued with security bracelets.
Ones that raise the alarm if people go where they're not supposed.
I see that you have realized your error, and we are, of course, within the prison grounds. Not only are the bracelets worn, but even the guards surveil each other for signs of wrongdoing. Despite all that, no one noticed Mr. Casaroto's escape. And the ones who are free to roam are the animals. And they most certainly could not have operated the breaker. No, So accomplice must be human. Then who did it? Given that it cannot have been a prisoner or a guard. I won't be so quick to rule that out either, Your Honor. The fact is, there's one person, someone whose movements weren't restricted, and I have just the evidence to show who that free-roaming person was.
Take that.
This is one of the prisoner's bracelets. Indeed, a broken bracelet belonging to a certain self-proclaimed model prisoner. What do you mean? And who is this prisoner? I talk with scums, you don't. Frank 𝐢𝐽, Warden Lagarde's favorite inmate. It's strange, isn't it, Warden? That he was able to keep his broken bracelet hidden and wander freely around the prison all the while. That's pretty funky, that I don't mean in a good way. Couldn't be the case that he was permitted some sort of special leeway, could it? Although you are in the habit of giving such leeway to certain others.
Ah! 𝙘𝙠𝙞𝙣𝙬, for example. I still can't say it.
Mr. Edgeworth, that is pure speculation.
Ah! In that case, why don't we ask Mr. 𝐢𝐽 himself? Let's bring the whole family together. Let's get everyone in this case in the same room.
Confident he will confirm for us that he and Warden Lagarde were accomplices in this crime. If the two of them have worked together, a certain route into the prison becomes viable. The real route by which Knight was moved from his cell to the prison proper. Recall that there were two big obstacles in her path. First, the security camera outside Knight's cell. Second, the electrified fence in the yard. But she was able to remove both obstacles in one fell swoop, by having Mr. 𝐢𝐽 shut off the corresponding breakers. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, you've had your fun. And do you still deny it, Warden Lagarde? No, darling, you've got me. I admit it. Warden, tell me this isn't true. Sorry, Verity, honey. I'm afraid it is. Frankie helped me do it. No way!
You did it, Mr. Edgeworth! You got her!
Nice shooting, cowboy. Sure we're wriggling out of this now. As Mr. Edgeworth said, I had Frankie switch off the breaker. But we didn't kill Knight, did we? No, sweetums. No, we didn't. What? Warden, explain yourself. Verity, dear, I doubt your precious goddess will want to hear my excuses now. She is all merciful. You have but to confess and you shall be saved. Oh gosh, alright. I was being threatened. Had no choice but to do as he said.
Who's he?
𝙘𝙠𝙞𝙣, that awful assassin. 𝙘𝙠𝙞𝙣? How long has it been since that awful man came here to my beautiful prison? I'll never forget the day he arrived.
Oh my!
The moment we were alone, he said this to me. You should know that I have other dogs. Dogs not confined to this fine institution. Others? Yes, very loyal dogs. Dogs who will do anything I ask of them. Of course, he wasn't talking about real dogs. I was talking about his very human cronies. Then, he said one last thing. I recommend that you take care in how you treat me during my stay here. I wouldn't want to have to set my dogs on you or your precious family.
Ow, I scratched my eye. Fuck. Ow.
I had no choice. I gave him that cell. I gave him everything he asked for. Everything? Wait, is that how he became the fixer? Yes, darling. I obeyed his every command and smuggled in for him all that he wanted. Eventually, I brought dear, sweet Frankie into our little conspiracy. He agreed right away, of course, because I made things easier for him too. So he was smuggling in contraband. How exactly? Once a week, late at night, Frankie would shut off the breakers. That allowed me to go from my office into the yard without being seen by the cameras. Then I simply dropped the packages down the well on the prison side and went back through the fence. Each one of them spritz with a little of my perfume. So that's what the sweet smell was. Yes, it was a signal for Canis' dog. When he picked up the scent, he would fetch the packages and bring them back to his master. We had to make sure Rocco wasn't in a cell at the time, of course. Could have been easy keeping him from finding out. Oh, we're all very much creatures of habit here at the prison, darling. Everything runs to a schedule. Meals, exercise hours, and that sort of thing. We knew when he wasn't there. The adorable little bear of his freezes with sight at the sign of Canis' dog, poor thing. There was no risk of him raising the alarm either. She has oversight over everything here at the prison, which made her the perfect mule. With her on his side, Canis couldn't fail. Frankie would sneak out again early in the morning to switch the breakers back on and our work was done. Apart from fixing the time codes and the cameras, which I would do later when I got the chance. I've shared a great deal, Warden. The goddess of justice will surely take your honesty into account. I've been the most dreadful fool I know I have. I'm supposed
I can lick back up.
supposed to be the one in charge. The day of Knight's murder was also one of our delivery days, so Frankie, bless his heart, did his usual work the breakers. There was no package for me to deliver that day, so I didn't go out into the yard. A secret behind the fixer's system, so that's why she was tracked down his compass for the longest times. I'm hand myself in there. Let's say how much evidence I presented. Let's say a word. Must be interrogating Mr. Canis over and over. Exactly. I was trying to track down those horrible hench people of his. Buried everything the police had on that Russian scoundrel. I watched his every move, intercepted every letter he wrote. His letters. I suppose she must know about his correspondent chess games too. And no matter what I did, I couldn't turn up any clues as to who his underlings were. Living in fear like this, it's... oh, you just can't comprehend it.
Oh! But that gave it away, didn't it? Those letters. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
As you've just heard for yourself, Mr. Edgeworth, the words of Warden Lagarde's confessions have cleansed all of her suspicion. Surely there's no need to hound her any longer. Has she really been cleared of all suspicion, though? Or is there more about her to uncover? There's definitely more. She's clearly innocent. Oh no, she's free as a fucking butterfly. She's perfectly fine. You know, the person that has access to everything about this prison and everything that's gone wrong? Yeah, she's dandy. Sorry, Your Honor, but this conversation isn't over yet, and I think the goddess of justice would agree. So you mean to make her suffer even more than she already has? Fortunately, her suffering under Mr. Canis does nothing to prove her innocence in Knight's murder. She admitted herself that she knew of and even facilitated the so-called fixer's delivery route. I believe she used that same route to move Knight's body. And where is your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth? It's in the fact that the sweet smell on Knight's body is the exact same scent Warden Lagarde uses to signal a delivery. What do you make of that? Well, that's because we've done it so many times by now that the whole world probably smells of it. Some of it must have just rubbed off on his body. And as matched the statement that Mr. 𝐢𝐧𝐟𝐸 provided. Smelled kind of nice down there. Sort of like dessert. His words would seem to suggest that the smell had permeated the well. You've been rendered speechless, I see. And I hereby move to adjourn this session of the court.
No! What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth?
What can I do? Is this as far as we go? Finally! So we're actually done? Yes, Eustace, it seems we are.
Alright. Make sure to aim at the correct spot. On my ass. By the... It's hard to make statements like that with a straight face.
By the power vested in me, this court is adjourned. Who was that?
Dun 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 dun. This is the first time today that we get to listen to it. Let's go, Fender!
Come on, Judge G. Things were just getting good. Fender, are you objecting to my journeying this session? No, I would have shouted objection if I wanted to do that. You do you, G. Adjourn, whatever floats your boat.
What are you doing, Mr. Fender?
Don't worry about what I'm doing. Let's all just take a chill pill, shall we? By which I mean a scrub, chocolate goodness. Anyone?
He's got more treats. That's different from the candy that we saw in the last investigation stream.
You trying to get yourself charged with contempt of court? No, my bad. I just had a quick request to make, is all. The Seaman Saint's lawyer, that is. Ah, yes. I've forgotten that you were his real attorney, Mr. Fender. Look at you, killing me,
Could you blame us? You've been making Miss Edgeworth do everything this whole time.
Right, you are, which is why I figured it's time to put in some work. Work, you say? Somehow I don't believe you've worked a day in your life. Let's say this is me doing some prep work for the upcoming trial. Mind if I question the witness? Now? Musing. But what is there left to ask? Got a feeling in my funny bone that Thieves here has something more to tell us about the killer. Do I? Yes, indeed. See, as a major play on Team Simeon.
Major play on Team Simeon.
I guess about to sympathize when I see one. I don't think he did it, did he? So tell us, who did? Come on, spill the beans for all he is.
Miss Edgeworth, what's he doing?
He's trying to coax Warden Lagarde into giving something away. Ask yourself, why would she go to all the trouble of setting Knight's body on such an odd journey? Because she wanted to frame Mr. Canis.
She did? No way!
He was convicted of committing murder here that would have been grounds for a transfer to another prison. Most likely a more secure facility.
And, where he'd be out of her hair forever, huh?
Precisely. She saw her opportunity and seized it. The Saint can't not be the killer. That's not fair. I was all ready to prosecute him. Alright, maybe we should find out what she thinks first. I want to get the wrong guy. Don't want to get the wrong guy, yeah?
Nice. Now Mr. Winner has to go along with it too.
Well, Warden, are you happy to testify further? Of course! How could I refuse this silver-tongued devil? Elegance? Yes, away with words. Just do my job, thief. Besides, one can't tell the truth without telling the whole truth, can I? Can one? Ah. Simply dying to tell all. Verity, darling, do you say you'll let me? As you wish. Court is adjourned.
This isn't a court. I love how we play it as such just because she is a judge herself, but this is an official court. This isn't it's just that she's got like the authority to like shut everyone up. The rights to silence people. That's why she has the hammer. It's not for the court roleplay, it's because she can quite literally threaten. She knows how to swing it. Damn.
I can't believe you pulled that off, Mr. Fender.
Oh, me either. Thank you for the timely intervention. That's the least I could do. Kay's not wrong. I've been leaning on you hard. Besides, the defense never rests. Am I right? Simeon's depending on us. Sadly, I think I just about exhausted my reserves of cool lawyer chat there. Can't foul this up now. Which means you're up to bat, Miles McSmiles.
Show him that never rest spirit. Big smiles.
Fabulous. Then let's get started.
This is the final showdown-ish.
My truth. Not really the final showdown. I think there is more, but like this is like the rap. Maybe drink more water because talking. Everyone's voices are so different.
Should play Investigations 1 final case for 800 sub special. I'm gonna make you suffer with kidnapped turnabout. Even you of all people are deserving of that, people. How nice of you, thanks. But for an 800 sub special, 800 isn't that big of like a... Why are you so... Do you just want to see my reaction to it? Is that what's going on? Because I have privated a lot of my old playthroughs. I won't lie. Only because they weren't really organized properly anyway, so... Because back then, for some reason, my streams weren't like... on time. Like, a lot of my VODs were fucked up because I kept privating and unprivating them. And somehow the upload on that fucked... I don't know. I was learning how to use YouTube for the first time. What can you do? So a lot of those I ended up privating, and also it's kind of embarrassing to keep it up. You know. But no, if I do ever hit 800, maybe I'll actually do the request drawing stream that I said I would do. Cause that's a big thing. But I'm not gonna replay. What? No, I'm curious. Why do you want to watch me replay so badly? Yes, they forced me to do group quest before I can catch Rayquaza. Do they make you do that? The Indigo Disco DLC. Oh, wait, you reminded me. I looked at what Scarlet Violet looked like on the Switch 2. The fact that the game runs normally on essentially an $800 new console. An $800 fucking DLC essentially. Fucking hell. Just to make the game like run normally. Just like the bar was so fucking low that being able to see things on high FPS was like surprising. That shouldn't be the standard, seriously. Not for $800. I was flabbergasted, truly. But it was nice to see that the game, like, what the game should have looked like, you know? Like, there was a world where, like, the world exists that the game can run how it's supposed to be, you know? But it's not enough to make me envious. It was just nice to see. Close the line, how can I do that? I feel like most people that I know that do own Scarlet Violet are like solo players. I feel like not many people like play it together. Well, unless they like, I guess kids. Because kids would play it together. But even as a kid, like even years ago with the DS, I didn't have any friends to play Pokemon with. Like, I guess in this scenario it's different. A lot more people would have the game, even though I don't know. But no, I get that. It's kind of, it sucks when forced multiplayer is a thing. Victimizing yourself. Surely this whole scenario won't turn upside down later in a later part of the story. Oh, I wonder how that's gonna turn out. I suppose. Seems like it's a much larger why done it? There we go. Why done it? But who done it? Then give the entire plot. That is most Ace Attorney games, don't worry. And like that's how they get you wrapped into the plot, right? That is the average Ace Attorney situation. Because if it was all just standalone quests, not quests, stories, it'd be very, very different stories. I feel like if it was all standalones, right, there'd be a lot more whack. Like how in Spirits of Justice with Athena's section, like most of that wasn't really helpful to like the main story. But because it felt like such a standalone story, like everything that happened in that case was pretty whack. from like a broader like perspective. And then like the DLCs too that were in Spirits of Justice and in Duel's Destiny are both each of them to their own are like very different. Imagine if Ace Attorney was just a compilation of like all those ones. Yeah, no. If this is the second game, this is the sequel to the first game, so there was a lot of like unanswered questions, I guess you could say, in the first investigations. So it all kind of like continues off from this point. But it's interesting how even with the first quest of like investigations 2, even if you haven't played 1, it like screams something is going on because the fucking president was involved. So it very much screams, you know, shit is about to go down. And then it gets even worse when, you know, the culprit that you figure out from that first case fucking dies in the second one. It's like, wow. Alright. What's going on here? Like, that's how they rope you in. It's great. It's too good, actually. It's too good that they can do that. Okay, no. I went to drink water so that I could get ready to talk as 𝐢𝐧𝐟𝐨, but then I ended up looking at chat.
Really don't think anyone could have done it but that dreadful man Canis. There's no telling what went on between him and the victim. Perhaps he simply took a disliking to him. He's certainly the type. Whatever the assorted details, it was him. He stabbed that poor man to death, and then he had his dog dispose of the body. That simply has to be what happened.
It's really pushing him, isn't it?
The victim, Mr. Knight, yes? I did him the most terrible disservice.
Yes, you killed him.
I suppose you could put it that way. If I weren't such a sorry excuse for a warden, this would never have happened. And that's why I have to clean up this terrible mess. Warden 𝐢𝐧𝐟𝐵, as ever, your honesty is truly your credit. I'm certain Mr. Knight is looking down and weeping tears of gratitude.
He would never do that. You've clearly never met Mr. Knight, yeah. I don't think that man has tear ducts.
My truth.
Hold it!
You seem very confident in your assertion. Why is that? Because all the other children in my little home are absolute sweethearts. They have faith in themselves and in one another. They have faith in the guards and me. And they work hard every day to better themselves. None of them would dare commit murder.
It's a very touching reason indeed. I don't believe a word of it.
Canis? Oh, he's rotten to the core. He's the only one who would do something like that.
Can you tell she's pissed?
Hold it!
Knight was being kept in a holding cell while Mr. Canis was in the prison proper. What could possibly have happened between them when they were at the opposite ends of the facility?
Prisons aren't as big as they seem, you know? All kinds of awful things can happen.
But Knight only arrived 2 days before he was murdered. Can't imagine anything significant happening in that short space of time.
Then you don't know Canis, my dear. You'd find a way, I'm sure of it.
Hold it!
Goodness. I could take a disliking to somebody all the way over the holding cells. Isn't it funny how this all ties back? Because like that's how when we first started investigating, we were on that same lead and now it's gone back to this point and we can use that lead now. It misled us, but now it's gonna help lead us. Isn't that funny?
I'm just plucking possibilities out of the air, darling. As I said, there's no telling what really went on between them. You're so awfully serious, aren't you? Not that I mind, of course.
Why is she looking at me like that?
So noble, so dashing in that marvelous suit, so clever. I can feel myself becoming your biggest fan, darling. I really can.
Stay with me, Miss Edgeworth!
I wasn't prepared for that mental onslaught. Not the verbal harassment.
Hold it!
What more can you tell us about those sordid details?
Well, we all know what Canis once did for a living. I doubt the killing part gave him much trouble. Especially as the victim was already injured. His neck, I think. Didn't turn his head to the right, poor dear. That's what they told me when they brought him in anyway. Must make some sort of report for the warden when new prisoners are admitted. You seem keen for us to think you didn't know much about Knight. That's because I didn't, sweetie. And the victim was simply a fun target to that monster, nothing more. I expect Cadus used the chisel that was hidden in that chess set, don't you? Awful grisly business. Just imagine, the man probably didn't even have time to cry out. See, thank you for your thoughts. They're very helpful. Actually, I'd like to hear about them in a little more detail if you don't mind.
Chisel?
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you're making me blush! I could chat with you all day.
Sounds awfully familiar to someone, doesn't it, Edgy Poo?
I don't look so nervous, darling. I'm only teasing. Of course, you can talk about them some more.
Use the chisel that was hidden in that chest set, don't you? I'm scared it's gonna do a pop-up thing again. Let me press this one first. I feel like no, but I'll do it anyways, because it did it earlier. To have very strong feelings about Mr. Canis.
Well, of course I do. I told you what he said to me. What an absolute menace he was to interrogate. He could slither out of anything, the snake. Sounds as tough as a rock. And an infuriating self-satisfied look on his face when they took him back to the cell. Ugh, my blood boils just thinking about it.
So I don't blame her on that account. My nose! Why is it acting up?
Surely you're not suggesting that the dog threw the body down the well? Told you already, darling. Canis is more dogs than that beastly creature. Remember, he has pets on the outside too. And he has brought someone in from outside the prison to help him commit the crime. Of course not, silly. However, they have made it through security. But he's the so-called fixer, no? Exercise that fabulous brain of yours a little. How hard would it be for him to recruit a dog on the inside or even plant one? Interesting. And does this dog have a name? Well, if I knew that, my life would be much easier now, wouldn't it? Anyway, it was just a little thought. You can ponder it in your own sweet time, darling. She's a slippery one. I'm not going to be able to catch her with this line of questioning, it seems. One of the guard's testimony is a little more than a house of cards. Just need to push her on the right statement to bring it all tumbling down.
You mean this statement?
Hold it.
Which chess set would that be, precisely?
Why, the one the victim brought in, sweetie. Do try to keep up. The victim was a certified chess fanatic, or so I'm led to believe. But the naughty boy snuck a chisel inside it. Can you imagine? How'd she know about the chisel in the chess set? And if he was supposed to know about that? After all, we only learned about it thanks to certain deductions we made. So how did she find out?
I'll be honest, because that was last week. I forgot which deduction that was.
So it hit a chisel near to prevent it from being found by the prison staff.
And so the deduction that we were able to find, we found out about the hidden bit from Gavel. But the chisel situation we found ourselves, and we found that this chisel was actually hidden in the dog's mouth. There's a small bell attached to it. So there was no one should have known about the chisel because we did see it at some point. We got to see it at some point next to the chess set, and then it went missing. We also know it can. Wait, I've never actually fucking. Hold on. We can look at this. Wait, let's look at this. I didn't do that yet. The Canis hid this chisel in his dog's mouth.
Do you think it's a murder weapon, Miss Edgeworth?
It's too early to tell, but the fact that the blood was found on it is certainly incriminating. At the very least, it's not something we can discount as unrelated to the case.
It wasn't specified that the blood was Knight's, if I remember correctly. It was that this chisel was lodged into Knight's thing, into Knight's neck, And the reason why it was taken away by Canis was because of the bell. Do you guys see where this is going?
The spell is the same one as, is the same as the one on Helmet's collar, right?
Yes, the bell is something of a trademark for Mr. Canis.
An assassin with a trademark? You'd think he'd want to stay anonymous.
Isn't that true of great thieves too?
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you don't know anything about great thieving, do you? Great thieves are only great because they stand out from the crowd.
What's in it for a thief to stand out like that, other than to attract the police's attention?
Hey, it's the clout. Not everyone gets great clout from thieving. And getting away with it too. Was that the only thing I could... Yeah, okay. That was what the only use it, yeah. These are all the old things from before, but I never actually examined that. Oh, this is updated now, isn't it? So victim Bronco Knight, age 24, causes death, stab wound to the throat. Instant death wound was 4 inches deep. 4 inches deep. Murder weapon, a sharp blade of some sort. Estimated time of death between 3 AM and 6 AM on the 27th. 4 inches deep. The
hands of the killer like Canis, even a chisel could serve as a deadly weapon.
Do you present the chisel? It says the dog was holding it in his mouth. Oh, but this says it was hidden to prevent ever being found by the person. Hold on, why did it get updated like that again? When we were talking to Gavel? Hold on, I'm trying to remember how that scene played out. No, this is to affirm it, no? She wouldn't have known because we're only talking about it with each other then.
Objection!
Yeah, there you go. I love Cook. Why do you have to say it like that? God damn it. You tried DLC, it's pretty good. I've already seen like a good playthrough of it, so like playing through it myself is more of like an experience thing. Like the only reason I want to play it is literally because of like the black and white like theme. Like I just want to listen to like the music, but like I'm better off just like saving that money for when like black and white actual remake comes out. I'm happy just to see other people go through it. I'm trying to remember how hold on. The other thing is that I also like Carmine, not gonna lie. She's cute. And there was also another NPC that I really liked, but I can't remember their name. Because when I first saw the DLC come out, there was one NPC I was like, wow, maybe I could consider it. But you only see her every now and then. Take my leave, unfortunately, do tear this case to shreds while I'm gone. Thank you, Vesla, do take care. Thank you for coming by the stream while you could. I'll tear it as much as I can. I'll tear it like Helmut would. Sorry, Helmut, I'm using you as a comparison. Helmut has a bit more. I mean, Canis would make it a bit more refined. Helmut's bit more refined than that.
Since Candace is the one doing all the silent killing. Anyways, point is, Warden 𝙘𝙗, you strike me as being more careful than the image you project. What? How did I read that? Fucking hell. Oh, I can hear the. I heard the washing machine. I love that they play music. Isn't that such a cute thing? Why do they do that now? I know it's like to remind you, but like, who thought of that? Like, what, you know? How? I gotta stop. This is how I go on a tangent and fucking take longer on a case than I should. You strike me as being more careful than the image you project suggests. Okay, I did say that correctly. Mr. Edgeworth, please call me Fifi or Sweetie Pie if you prefer. However, I think you may have been a little less careful than you realize in this instance. Aren't you just the most adorable little creature to be embarrassed? We're all family here.
Come on, Mr. Ezra, don't let it get inside your head.
You said that earlier you didn't know much about Knight, in which case I find it rather strange that you know about the chisel. Well, of course I do, darling. Do you think we don't check prisoners when they come in?
Objection!
You're not talking your way out of this, Warden. That is entirely irrelevant, and you know it. Knight didn't bring the chess set into the prison himself. It was brought by Mr. Saint when he came to visit. Knight wouldn't have had it with him when he arrived. What? Well, I mean, of course that Mr. Saint came in. You checked him? I find that hard to believe, because if you did, that makes your story all the stranger. If you found the chisel, why did you not confiscate it there and then? Judge Cavell, did you tell anyone about the hidden compartment in the chess set? I did not. No one leaked our findings, and how exactly did you learn about the chisel, Warden 𝙘𝙗? Because certainly couldn't have been when you checked Knight or Mr. Saint on their arrival. Indeed. Such a thing would imply intentional oversight if it had been found, yet let through. Precisely. So Warden 𝙘𝙗, and answer truthfully this time. Where and when did you learn about the chess set? The little... Is it? It's not a dog. Hold on. What creature, what animal is it around her neck? When it's like licking her sweat. Just sweating so much it licks her face. If you won't answer, then allow me. I submit that you... Alright, darling. There's no need to rub it in. You got me, alright? I questioned a Knight. That was when I learned about the chess set. But please, you have to believe me. I did not kill him. One moment, Warden. This is a significant development. The court requests that you make a detailed statement on the record. Any objections, Mr. Edgeworth? None, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you, darlings. I'll clear up this awful misunderstanding, I promise. Very well. Go ahead, Warden 𝙘𝙗. And please, tell the truth this time. Lies are starting to wear thin. This is my chance to expose her. We got her. Oh my god, my nose. Ah! My throat is also dying. My truth part 2. Ah! 2 hopeful black and white remakes. I'll probably give Gen 5 a Legends game. Probably a Let's Go like game for Johto, which is probably the next one after Gen 10. What, just being hopeful for remake when other games have already been remade before? Is that considered being hopeful? Dude, my expectations are already on the my expectations are fucking horrible for black and white. Like, they're unnecessarily high because they're my favorite generation, but I'm not expecting much because it's looks at the newest games. The expectation is damning. It's not doing well. I don't expect much, but like whenever they do
make it, right? If I'm gonna be entirely honest, the only thing I'll like that I'm confident in like surviving everything that'll happen to it is the music. I feel like you can't fuck up the music. So if the remake does ever happen, I'll at least enjoy the music. Right? Like, they can't fuck up the music somehow. And so, even if I'm like immeasurably disappointed, at least the music is good. They can't fuck that up. But like, you know, it's there. Expectations are there. I'm just gonna be hopeful for a remake whenever it does happen. And when it does come out, I'm ready to experience it. I think I would actually play Black and White Remake immediately. Like, if it does ever come up, I think that'll be like the first Pokemon game, like a new release that comes out for me to like want to play. That or Mystery Dungeon. If a new Mystery Dungeon comes out, I'll immediately buy that and play it on stream. Those two. Those are the two only Pokemon games that I would like consider full sending in. Black and White original is already pretty good. They need not any remake, I think. Well, that's the thing, right? There's a reason why remakes are a thing, other than to like bring classics back to like newer consoles for a new player base to enjoy, as well as old player bases to what's the word? Reminisce on. Like, that's they hit two target audiences at once. And I also, IP is also like a thing. I don't know how it works for Pokemon though, but I know like that's why it's very different for everything. But I know that's why a lot of like Disney stuff kept getting remade and like it turned into live actions and whatnot. They have like that whole situation going on, but I don't know how it works for Pokemon. Either way, you know. I'm gonna do it with Black and White too. Will they be in the same game or separate remakes? Yeah, right? That's the question. That's the question. That you can only like imagine how they would turn out. And that's why I would understand why the remake would exist like for a long time, even though I'm still gonna be hopeful about it. It's just because how they did the sequel. That's like a whole thing. My theory is that they would just do like a DLC. But that's if they want to make it a good game. Which, you know, leads back to where like, would they do that? Probably not. The other one is to combine it into one full thing, which is too long of a game. They would spend way too much time on that. God forbid they would do that. That's why a DLC would make the most sense. But that's, once again, if they want to make it a good game, because a DLC would imply... What? I'm thinking of like Monster Hunter, right? Where their expansion essentially makes like the base game twice as big as it already is, or twice as long as it already is. Because the base game wouldn't last as long, but then you add in the expansion, and then it lasts for way too long. But Black White 2 is its own standalone story, meaning it would have to make its own, like, you know? It depends on how they want to market that, but they're probably not going to do that because it's a remake. And then we've seen how Gen 4 turned out. Platinum is dead. That's why I don't want to play it, because Platinum isn't real. I like the BDS. Oh, really? You want the same treatment for that? Everyone perfect by changing stuff up drastically. I mean, I guess. Issues aside, I guess. Because it still follows everything roughly the same. It's just the experience isn't entirely... Like, I get what you mean. Same game as that Gen 5 while Dex is expanded and extra locations are mapped. Well, that's... well, that's the thing. Like, that's the exact thing. We don't know how they will choose to do that thing. There's all these variables that we don't know how they plan to, like, make it as a thing. Right? But that still doesn't change the fact for a remake to not be impossible. Do you get me? Like, it's more annoying for a remake to exist because of these things, but it doesn't mean that there isn't a chance for it to exist. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes 10 years. Like, I'm not expecting much, trust me. But it's not wrong to be hopeful, to want a generation that I love to come back. And if they do figure out a way to do it, then like props to them. Like I hope it's something that's satisfactory for both the company and the fans too, you know? We can't all have that. We can only sit and pray, but until then, I'm just gonna sit and watch all the other. You know what? We have a high chance of a mystery dungeon, so I'll just sit and wait for that. Okay. I don't think we're gonna get a good mystery dungeon in too long because they made Peak too well back then. But all they can do is just remake it, but then they've done that already. So I guess the only remake would be the Explorers. When they do that, right, then I would expect that. But if they do ever make a new mystery dungeon, which I feel like would be never, but that normally has a higher chance. Actually, you know what? I feel like, no, Black and White remake has a higher chance of a new mystery dungeon, without a doubt. That's why I'm more hopeful. You still get Giratina. Yeah, I did see that, but that still wasn't. That's still not enough. You have to go out of your way, and that includes every other legendary in BDSP, which doesn't have like it doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit the same as original Platinum, I guess. Because it was like that in Diamond and Pearl anyways. I don't know. But I want it to be Platinum specifically because it says to Platinum is focused on Giratina, and Giratina is my favorite Pokemon. It's not Dialga. It's not Palkia. It's Giratina, that's my favorite Pokemon. It's right here on my monitor, this little fucker. It's on my screen right now, this little cursor. You get me? Like, I know if you're like, you have a favorite Pokemon, right? And this is like the only way you're gonna be able to see them, you would buy that game to do that. But from my standpoint, I don't think that's worth it. When it's like, what? 100 hours of like everyone else and then like a couple little bit just to reach your favorite, you know? Versus like a game that's centric to that said Pokemon. But at least Giratina's real. At least you can catch Giratina. I'll take it. It's something. Anyways, you guys are making me ramble. Stop. Stop. That made me talk about Pokemon stuff. I noticed when miyuu will play a Pokemon game on stream. We'll talk about it then. Said I questioned I, but it wasn't anything serious, you understand? I make a point of talking to every newcomer to our little home. Night was no different. We just had a little chat, you might call it. And after we talked, I had him take him back to his cell straight away.
The more she lies, the more thoroughly she seals her fate. So simply a conversation with a new detainee. That seems entirely above board. Exactly, Verity, darling. I knew you'd understand.
Objection!
Well, I don't! What proof do you have to back up your statement? I suppose we shall see, won't we? Miss Edgeworth, you may begin your cross-examination. My truth.
I like that you can see the birds in the back. I've been looking at them for a while, but I realize that just makes sense because this is the animal prison, huh? Those two I didn't link together. I forgot this was like the animals are roaming everywhere. But those aren't those birds wouldn't be. Well, I mean, there's one locked up, but like that's different. These guys are actually random birds, huh? But I like that they added that detail in. So I'm right in assuming that you talked to Knight the night before the show.
Exactly, darling. It would have been, around 3 AM on the 27th.
3 AM, that falls squarely within the window of time laid out in the autopsy report. It seems rather late for a friendly chat. Wouldn't he have been asleep?
Normally, yes, but if you remember, a guard was attacked in his cell. We had to examine the scene of the crime, gather information. These things take time, sweetie. I assure you, he was wide awake. We all were.
Regardless, I find it somewhat odd that you would choose to question him at such a late hour.
Oh, you're such a tease, aren't you? Anyway, no matter how odd you think it is, I had him brought to me, and that's what happened. Must you really insist on questioning every last thing I say?
Sorry, Feasty's like a dog with a bone sometimes. I'll be sure to scold him once we're done. Though, would you mind giving us a little more info, like where you had brought him to? Brought on. Where you had him brought to. I read that in the wrong order.
My office, of course. Where else?
Which is where we believe the body was moved from. Pending what you just said to your testimony. Anything for you, darling.
It was around 3 AM the night before the show. I had them bring him to my office.
Wrong button.
Hold it!
Remind me where your office is.
You've seen the sign of the detention center corridor, I imagine.
The one that says no entry?
That's it, sweetie. My office is just up in there, a short walk from the holding cells.
Understand that you also have access to the yard.
Why, of course. That's where my gorgeous little garden is. Oh, I see where you're going with this. You're saying that's how I moved the body.
You had the means and the opportunity. It's hardly impossible.
Hardly impossible proves nothing. You have no evidence for this assertion.
There's no other way that the body could have been moved.
Surely you haven't forgotten that it was Mr. Saint who dropped Mr. Knight's body down the well.
Yeah, what she said. You're miles off, Edgeworth. Probably shouldn't push this any further for now. Every newcomer a little home.
What did you and Knight speak about? Oh, nothing much. Just some small talk, really. Asked him about what animals he liked, what his hobbies were.
His hobbies? Then imagine you talked about chess.
Oh yes, I couldn't stop him talking about it, in fact. He even had a piece of paper covered with little notes about it in his cell. At least, I think that's what they were talking about.
That's what they were about? So she seen Knight's correspondence chess diagram.
Hold it!
Teasing things that aren't real, especially Unova and Johto. They pull something like this every time before a presentation just to say L on our face. Yeah, no, that's why I have no expectations. having a certain level of expectations and being hopeful for something could correlate, but they aren't the same thing, you know? And so in my case, I will forever be hopeful for black and white comeback, right? But the expectation for it it's somewhere. It's just not in the room with us majority of the time, you know. Yeah, no. Well, we just have to see what happens after the new what is it called? Hold on, I forgot. The new Legends. Hold on. Sorry, I forgot. Legends. Fuck. Legends 𝐢𝐧𝐼. I always forget the letters. What game releases after 𝐢𝐧𝐼? I will say though, I am excited to watch other people play 𝐢𝐧𝐼. I don't think I'll get the game myself. Yeah, just looking at the starters. Chikorita I don't mind, but like Legends Arceus I guess had all of my favorites, so like I'm just kind of okay. But I am excited to see how the game is, and there's definitely gonna be a playthrough, so I'll just sit back and relax and watch other people play it. It'll be fine for my... Yeah. How was he when you spoke with him? Oh, was so open and honest, darling.
What?
That guy? Honest? Was talking about one excuse me. I was talking about one croissant and promoting a prawn. Suppose he must have been hungry. And croissant and promoting a pawn. And wait, how do you say that? And what does that mean in chess? In passing, a special pawn capture that occurs when a pawn moves 2 squares forward from a stone and lands next to an opponent's pawn on the same rank. There's a term for that. That's cool. How do you say it though? Oh, my nose. En passant. En passant. En passant. En passant. Passant. En passant. And promoting a pawn. Seems he spared no one from his obsession with chess.
Hold it!
Back to his cell. If he really had gone back to his cell, he would still be alive today. You really think I murdered the poor man right there in my office, don't you? But what would my motive have been, darling? I told you I barely knew him. I'm no angel. I have my grudges against Canis, but Knight had nothing to do with that animal. Surely does hate Canis. What in the god, I must insist that you pen that statement. Oh, this is where shit goes down. My angel and my grudges again, but I had nothing to do with that animal. She says the same thing. You say that you bear a grudge against only Mr. Canis, is that correct? No, I despise him! Coming into my prison thinking he can do whatever he wants. But he won't get away with it. I'll clip his wicked wings if it's the last thing I do. Oh, this is a different animation. It's so cute! She's got so many different sprite animations, doesn't she? That awful dog of his. It's a menace. Completely appended. Sorry. Completely upended the peace and quiet of my home. She even hates his dog. It does seem at first glance that she didn't have much of a motive to kill Knight, but she hates Canis so much that she probably hates anyone who has anything to do with him. Thinking about it from that angle, the key to breaking her testimony will surely reveal itself. Likes to get to know all the peeps, huh? Pretty chummy prison warden if you ask me. Chummy? She killed the man, detective. Well, guy would have been in cuffs, not to mention the neck brace. He was defenseless. One the guard was the murderer. The evidence points to that conclusion and no other. Meaning it's the last statement, eh? Yes. Had nothing to do with that animal. But I digress. He does. Which one do we present? It's the... This one? No, this one. Playing cards with against Canis. can't help but just do that whenever he just does a smug ass fucking animation of his. Nuh-uh! I've got you now!
Judge Cavell, I'd like you to take a look at this. Notes about a game of chess. What is the significance of this, Mr. 𝙘𝙠𝙤𝙤? Was found in Mr. Knight's cell. Which is exactly where you said you saw it too, Warden Lagarde. But you didn't just see this game in Knight's cell, did you? You seen it in Mr. Canis' cell too. What do you mean? Oh, come now. Tell me you haven't taken a look at the chessboard in maximum security. Imagine you watch his every move like a hawk. Or rather, I imagine you feel that doing so is your only option.
She wants to find out who his cronies are, right?
Personally interrogating your own prisoners is highly irregular, to say the least. But as you said, Mr. Canis had threatened you. He put your precious home at risk. That's why you took it upon yourself to question him. You want to find out who his dogs were. So what if I did? He also told us you read his letters, which means you must have known about one key fact. You knew he was playing correspondence chess. And then who should appear but Knight carrying with him a diagram of a very particular game. We ourselves used that diagram to infer a connection between the two men, and it seems you came to the same conclusion. But in your fear, you took your reasoning one step further. You surmised that Knight was Mr. Canis' henchman sent to kill you. There's the real reason she had that chat with a Bronxster. If his boss wouldn't crack, maybe he would. When you questioned Knight, you made another discovery. Well, there inside his chest set, you found a hidden chisel. The murder weapon itself! As far as you were concerned, the chisel meant one thing, Canis. Thus, you convinced yourself that Knight was working for Canis, and that is why you killed him. I see you have no more excuses. Judge Cavell, your verdict, please. Much as it grieves me, there would appear to be little room for doubt. Don't worry, she'll yell an objection. Hereby give my verdict. Bronco Knight was murdered. There you go! I wonder who it was. In the name of the goddess of justice. Who is it this time?
Ah, the poor little animal.
He.
Warden? It's a joke. It's all a big, stupid joke. You people just don't get it, do you? You've proven that it's you who didn't understand things correctly. Me? Please, darling, I understand it all perfectly well. Thank you very much. I understand that there's a glaring contradiction in your theory, Mr. 𝙘𝙠𝙤𝙤. You're just grasping at straws now. I have no time for this. Your Honor, the verdict.
No, let the woman speak.
Curious to hear what the warden has to say. What? You're a doll, Verity. I just have one last thing to say then, Mr. 𝙘𝙠𝙤𝙤. To say that Mr. 𝙘𝙠𝙤𝙤 can declare himself the winner.
My eye is itchy. You rang? Winner. Wait, how was this line in the thing? Before 𝙘𝙠𝙤𝙤 can call himself the best.
Me?
I can't remember.
Does anybody remember an autopsy report? Of course, we received the finalized version only this morning. That's right, and I was listening to what you told us about it, Verity, even if nobody else was. You said the wound was 4 inches deep. 4 inches? Wait. Riddle me this, Mr. 𝙘𝙠𝙤𝙤. How does a tiny chisel make a 4-inch wound?
Gog!
Give me a goddess. I came perilously close to making a terrible mistake. Looks like your theory is the one that doesn't hold water, 𝙘𝙠𝙤𝙤.
Hold water. Oh no.
What now?
What do we do?
Yeah, that chisel was meant for something else, but you know, cheers to that. We'll figure it out later.
You'll be fine. Mr. 𝙘𝙠𝙤𝙤 always comes through, right, sir?
Looks to me like the Mausatrons. nicknames do you have for this man? Malzatrons. Out of commission. You're an attorney too, aren't you? Why didn't you do something? Turn things on their head with a desperate bluff. Blurt out the first mind-blowing thing that comes to you. Look, detective, I'm as much of a man of action as the next guy. Without evidence, we're up a creek without a paddle here. This might be the end of the road.
You can't give up now. You have to do something.
Use that beautiful brain of yours, Miles. I'm certain that one Lagarde is the killer. It's an explanation that fits the facts of the case. But if the chisel wasn't the murder weapon, what other bladed weapon is there here in this facility? Seems we still do not have all the answers, nor the evidence to provide those answers. Alas, we must wait until the trial to see this matter resolved, I'm afraid. Oh, come on, Jay. You're just giving the killer a chance to destroy the evidence. Are you calling the judicial process into question, Mr. Fender? Nope, not me, nuh-uh. I tried, Miles. Any bright ideas? What is the real murder weapon, since it's clearly not the chisel? I found it. This question throws everything we've deduced out the window. Nothing to add, Mr. Edgeworth. Allow me to remind you that claims not supported by sufficient evidence are subject to the harshest penalties.
Come on, Edgeworth, figure it out before my hay fever gets to me.
It's hopeless. I can't think of anything. I need more time.
No, you don't. Think.
Loath as I am to admit,
You can't give up now. Remember what Mr. Fender said. Simeon's counting on us. Without us, he's... Remember how upset he was? He was devastated. Nobody's in more pain than him over Mr. Knight's death.
Still can't get over that. Hey, spoilers.
There's no way he did it, but if we can't save him, who will? What's more, he believes in us.
I see now something's in my eye. This hay fever's fucking getting to me. Hold on, I can't get into the emotional moment of this. I'm like trying to like wink whatever's in my eye out. Shall I just be one-eyed? One-eyed? No, I can't read well for some reason. I can't read confidently without both my eyes.
He believes in us. He's sitting in that cell waiting for us to bring him some good news. And I, for one, won't walk away until we have some.
okay. Jeez, Miles, your old buddy there's quite the motivational speaker. Which is right, too. When you find yourself on the ropes, think of your client. Picture them pleading with you to help them. Does it make you want to fight back as hard as you can until the very end? Think of your old man, good old Gregory. No matter how bad things look, he'd always find a way to turn it around and save his client. And you're just like him, right? If there's any way to force a turnabout here, you're the one who'll find it. Simeon's counting on you. Hey, Viva, you won't win. Judge Gavelle? Seem to have recovered your composure, Mr. Edgeworth. But if you mean to attempt a defense, I would advise you to consider the ramifications. You've repeatedly proposed misguided theories and have made numerous false accusations. If you do so again, I'll have no choice but to judge you unfit to serve as a prosecutor and relieve you of your badge for good. Just right. I've put forward a number of theories that prove to be flawed in one way or another, and I've made some sort of fundamental oversight. Wait, you said my theories were misguided. Nothing to say? The court will tolerate no more of your time wasting. I hereby... Sir!
Mr. Edgeworth!
Give my verdict. That's it. I've been thinking about it the wrong way all this time. My theories weren't misguided, I was being misled. The defendant's... Nah. I think it's a little soon for that, Your Honor. I'd say it's well past due, darling. Wouldn't you agree, Verity? Mr. Edgeworth? You may proceed.
What?
I'd like to remind you of a few things. The sighting of his dog helmet, the fact that he wasn't at the show, these and other factors made Mr. Canis the obvious suspect at first. This again, Mr. Edgeworth. You seem almost proud of your blunder. What if the real killer wanted us to suspect Mr. Canis? What if it was all carefully arranged? What if the same was true of the chisel I purported murder weapon? Knight had been stabbed multiple times in the same place with a bladed instrument. What if it was stabbed with a chisel after the real murder weapon had been removed? Just to leave traces of blood on it for us to find. Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, if it was, yeah, no, the blood, yeah, because it was in the, because, why did I say that in the past? That was how the killer misled us into thinking the chisel was the murder weapon. Why mislead us in this way? Why indeed? Why make us think the chisel is the murder weapon rather than whatever was really used? Because it is the murder weapon in order to get Knight transferred, in order to get Canis transferred. Warden, you took advantage of what the chisel seemed to suggest. What it suggested? What are you talking about, darling? Mr. Winner, if I were to tell you the murder weapon was a chisel, what would you think? Huh? That Mr. Canis is the killer? And there you have it. That was the trap the warden set for us.
Oh, Mr. Canis has a bunch of chisels, so she wanted us to think it was one of his, right?
Indeed, that was her plan right from the start, to frame Canis. Reasoning would appear to be sound. Warden 𝙘𝙠𝙤𝙣 certainly seems to harbor a deep and abiding hatred for Mr. Canis. Over? I think you know what I'm going to say next. That alone is not sufficient proof that Warden 𝙘𝙠𝙤𝙣 is the killer. I knew that wouldn't be enough. There's only one thing that would prove it. The real murder weapon that we now know must exist. You cannot prove your theory, then this conversation ends here. You could just find the real murder weapon. How many times do we have to go over this? We searched the prison from top to bottom. Eustace is quite correct. Now the possible murder weapon has been found. So I'm afraid you're at a bit of an impasse. Nuh-uh-uh. I can still prove my case yet, Your Honor, because it's still here inside the prison. This would have made sure of that. Security gate. I'm glad you at least remember what it is. And do you remember what it does? Of course I do. I'm not an idiot. The security gate detects metal. Which means you can't bring anything metal into the prison or take it out. Oh. Good boy. Precisely. If there is another murder weapon, it cannot have been taken off the premises. Nor can it have been brought into the prison in the first place. So we find ourselves right back where we began. Judge Gavelle? What I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth, is that if you wished me to believe that there is another murder weapon here in the prison, you also have to explain to me how it got here. Alright, we know that the chisel was smuggled into the prison inside a pocket chess set, but our contention is that the chisel is not the real murder weapon. So if the weapon came from outside the facility, there must have been a way to bring it in. Yes, the question of the hour is this. Can you show me this alternate route? How did the weapon Warden 𝙘𝙠𝙤𝙣 used to get into the prison? Read evidence from the police to help with your investigation, is that correct? Well, yes, sir. Everything related to Canis is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled this secretive scoundrel talk to me. Of course, that's how. In fact, this is here with us shows us how a bladed object could have been brought into the facility as well. This is here with us shows how a bladed could have been brought into the facility as well. Hold on. I'm not thinking. Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
Wait, my brain is overfunked again. Donka-donk. Overthunk-thunky-donk. Hold on. My brain regressed the more that I tried to, like, get into the... Hold on. The bell? Because it's not one of the chisels. She made sure to put a bell on it. And there's only 2 in the world. One of them is on Helmet and one of them would have been on Cadus's knife. Cadus's knife, which we don't have with us, but we do have his bell on the chisel.
Take that!
Allow me to remind you of our conversation with Mr. Cadus yesterday. My brain got there in the end. It was but one of my bells. One of only 2 in existence. I don't need to voice Cadus. I don't need to do this. So you see, there is a way for objects to be brought into the prison unscrutinized. As part of the evidence, one of the guard borrowed from the police.
But what?
How many times have I said what as Eustace today? Mr. Cadus's knife was part of the evidence in the case against him, and that evidence was here in the prison. Not only that, but the knife had a certain bell attached to it. The bell that was attached to the chisel. Correct. The killer took the bell from the knife and attached it to the chisel.
But that can't be right. The chisel only had Mr. Knight's fingerprints on it.
Easy enough to explain if the killer wore gloves. She made it look as if the chisel was a murder weapon and then attached the bell to it. In so doing, she made sure that all the evidence pointed to Mr. Cadus. And who had access to the evidence from which the bell was taken? Why, only the person to whom it had been entrusted. Who was it, sir? Who's been messing with the evidence? Gumshoe, you're getting there. Maybe that would be you, isn't that correct? Warden Lagarde?
Bells aren't exactly rare, you know? Anyone could have set that up.
Luckily for you, that isn't quite true. These particular bells are unique because there are only 2 of them in existence.
What?
By attaching that bell to the chisel, you are as good as declared yourself the killer. But you don't have any proof the knife was ever even here to begin with. I don't, not yet anyway. Mr. Winner, I'd like you to order another search of the prison right away. Huh? But if you do find something, that's going to make things awkward for me. Doesn't matter what's convenient for you. We have to find the truth. You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Someone's voice got in there. Well, yeah, but, you know, this worthless excuse for a prosecutor. If I'd investigated with authority, I wouldn't be sitting on it. Anyhow, it's not my decision to make. The warden would have to authorize it. I know full well that she will do no such thing. You have the power to insist on a search. Use it. Sorry, darling, but not without the evidence. Goddess of Justice cannot bestow her blessings on those who lack the proof to support their claims. Our work here is done. The rest of this matter will have to be settled in the courtroom. My eye is itching again. Oh my god, why is my hay always so bad at late at night? A big spawn in the room? No, if we give Lagarde the opportunity, she'll destroy whatever evidence is left. Now, here's a game for everyone. I wonder where the weapon is. Keyword bladed weapon equal is metal. Have to object, have to stop them. What do I say? I don't have anything concrete to offer. What am I thinking? I'm never this reckless. No, I can't back down now. I've got to put everything on the line. I'm not a prosecutor right now. I'm an associate attorney with a client to defend. Pull a phoenix. You got this. You've got first-hand experience on how someone does it. Only I can save Mr. Saint, and that means even if my chances are 1,000,000 to 1, it's still worth a shot. It's now or never. Should I object? Object. I suppose this must be how a certain serial bluffer always feels. Sorry, I took a screenshot. Did I remember to take a screenshot last time? Of the one thing? No, I think I was complaining that it wasn't specific enough. Well, I've taken a screenshot there now. That's our first of many references to his boyfriend, I guess. Regardless, I cannot walk away.
Objection!
Wait, Your Honor. This had better be good, Mr. 𝐢𝐧𝐿. I've got it. Got? What, exactly? Real murder weapon, of course. I know where Mr. Canis' knife is.
Do you really, Mr. 𝐢𝐴?
I do. Not at all. If I did not know better, I would say that you are bluffing. You wound me, Your Honor. I don't know the meaning of the word. Ugh, this is terrible for my heart. There's no way you could... It's not here, I tell you. Well, would you be so kind as to enlighten us? Where is the real murder weapon? Think, Miles. Think. Somewhere not even the police would search. A blind spot in the zoo. A hiding place that the warden could be absolutely sure of. A hiding place? No. If you insist, come on, Helmut. Open up.
Oh my god! Like how the first weapon was hidden inside an animal. I wonder if...
Did she use the same trick? No, that's ridiculous, isn't it? But the more I think about it, how many foolproof ways to evade detection could there be? It's 𝐢𝐴, how long do you intend to keep us waiting? There's the faintest possibility I'm right, but if I'm wrong, we stand to lose everything. Oh, don't worry, sweetie, that metal detector is doing its job today.
Take that!
Here? In the yard? Indeed. I don't believe I understand. Would you care to explain a little more?
I thought I was pretty specific on the map, but I guess not. Yeah. Oh my god, oh my god, Allie, what are you doing outside? Allie, you're feeling sick at the moment. You should go back in the pond.
Take that!
Of course, that's where it must have been. It all leads back to the same fucking spot. H2O. Metal detector was reacting to something inside her after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence. The chisel? Didn't we just figure out that isn't the murder weapon? You might recall that Mr. Canis hid this chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? That's right, the murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in that pond over there.
What? No way!
I don't know why I like doing those voices. What? I don't do them very well, but it's fun just to do them spontaneously. We detected the presence of a metallic object during our earlier investigation. Judge 𝐢𝐴 would need to know what's inside that alligator.
Understood. Then we'll need to summon a veterinarian.
I'm sure I could get the little sweetie to open up for us. I'd be happy to give it a try.
Please, by all means. Like magic. One Lagarde. The real murder weapon is about to be revealed. Why not do the right thing and confess? I have nothing to confess. As you wish, then you can simply wait and watch as your lies are exposed. So we got it.
That has to be it.
It's over, Fifi Lagarde. The real murder weapon was Canis' knife, making you the only person who could have killed Bronco Knight. I'm not the criminal here. This is all Canis is doing. I did the right thing. Knight was sad. He was Canis' dog. Curse that despicable man, Canis. Why did he have to come and ruin my perfect little home? We could have been happy forever if it wasn't for him. He ruined my paradise on Earth. He ruined everything. Curse him. Curse that pitless butcher. That awful, terrible, despicable man. Curse him!
Sorry, I'm not doing any more than that. She's too loud.
Damn, I got goosebumps bumps for some reason watching her. Like, I'm cold now. She got her coat off, so now I'm cold. March 29th, 12:34 p.m. Detention Center, corridor. Prosecutor the winner. The winner, sir. The test results have just come back. The winner? Guess we've all been under a lot of stress. Traces of Bronco Knight's blood were found on Mr. Cadis's knife. It's just like you said, sir. Congratulations on a stunning victory. Hey, you officer, excellent work. You can continue complimenting me if you like. Yes, sir. The winner wins again. I think I'm welling up a little. With rage. Excellent work, Eustace. Just a few loose ends to tie up and we're done. Huh? What are you talking about? I just solved the case, didn't I? We've yet to confirm whether or not Knight really was working for Mr. Canis. It'll be vital to know if Warden Lagarde was simply jumping to conclusions on that front. Huh? Huh? There's Clueless and then there's you. Well, then I guess we'd better get back to our investigation. Alright, officer, you're with me. You're about to see the winner win a whole lot more. Prepare to witness first-rate investigative talent in action. Yes, sir, I'm right with you, sir. Can't wait to watch you at work. It's winning time. No way you actually say that. You're so fucking... And he said it's winning time. Oh, you fucking buffoon. Expect this case will cause quite a stir. The attempted murder of a president is news enough, and now his would-be assassin has been murdered. The Knight never sought to kill the president in the first place. The truth is not always as important as it might seem, Mr. Edgeworth, in the eyes of both society and the law.
How can you even say that?
You do not have to believe me. However, as a prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth is obliged to accept that this is the reality of the world he operates in. Being a prosecutor is about more than proving people guilty, that's what I believe. We are all free to believe as we choose, but the law is not to be toyed with for our own personal goals. If you refuse to accept this, then you must prepare to suffer the consequences. What does that even mean? Wait, you're not gonna take his... Shh. I'm afraid I must be going now. Farewell, Mr. Edgeworth. My courtesies. Judge Cavell is right. There must... Oh no, gumshoes are cute. There must be only one set of laws for everyone. But following the law means sacrificing the truth. Can I really do that in good conscience?
Simeon, you're out!
Hi, Regina!
Is everything alright? Did they let you out, right?
Yeah, but I'm so confused about what's going on. Some guy just came and said I was free to go, and that I have Mr. Edgeworth to thank.
You sure do. Mr. Edgeworth found out who the real killer is.
Wow, really? You did that for me, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh no. No. Stop staring at me like that. I'm innocent, I swear. Don't pull the rug out from under me now.
Stop it, silly. It's true. He saved you, so say thanks already.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you.
And a great big Regina Berry thank you from me too.
Mr. Satan talking directly to me. More victories, I suppose. Can I just ask one more question, Mr. Attorney? Sure. Not actually an attorney, though. I thought Bronco was my friend. No, my best friend. I trusted him, but now...
But now?
Well, it's just... I never knew. I never would have believed that he could hate somebody enough to want to kill them. If he kept something like that from me, then he never really trusted me, did he?
That's not true, Simeon. Of course he trusted you.
No, you didn't. If you just told me, I could have stopped him. I could have told him that hate never helps, that he had to let go of all that stuff. It's just Saint. I think you're forgetting something. Show him that thing that proves Knight trusted him. Oh, the pocket chest. Sorry, I need to double check. I'm not particularly confident. I'll try.
Take that!
It's the chest that I brought for him. Knight had hidden a chisel inside. Imagine he meant to use it to escape. What? You mean he was using me? No. He believed in you. Phrasing. He knew he could count on you to bring it, and that you would never be so untrusting as to look inside. I imagine that by not telling you, he was hoping he could keep it from you from getting caught up in his mess. Oh. Rocco! Why'd you tell me?
At least you understand now, right, Simeon? I'm sure he does.
Oh, my stomach.
He may not show it, but Simeon's no dummy. A good night's sleep and he'll be completely over this whole thing by tomorrow.
That's not as complimentary as you think it is. I'll try. I have to. For Bronco. I have to show him I can become the best animal trainer out there. That's the spirit. Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love it if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh my days.
I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one.
That's right. The very big circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You'll have oodles of fun. Sounds great, doesn't it, Miss Edgeworth? Come on, we have to go.
Well, I'll think about it.
Alright, Simeon, we've got some training to do. I think it's time you and Regent got acquainted.
What? Regent the tiger? No way, I can't. No.
Oh, you'll be fine, silly. You'll never meet a nicer kitty cat.
I can't! Please, Regina, anything but that, please! Another satisfied customer. Why's my stomach crumbling? I ate today. Strange. That was really something, Smiles. Ha ha ha, Smiles. Talk about pulling it out of the bag. Couldn't have done it without you, Fender. Without your timely intervention, she would have gotten away. Besides, I have you to thank for even being able to investigate the case in the first place. I'd stop it, pat me on the back any harder, and you're gonna make me blush or topple over. Suppose it would be asking too much for you to take this seriously. Seriously? Miles, my friend, I'm always serious. Anyways, how does it feel to save an innocent client? That's what it means to be an attorney, after all. To be an attorney. Gotta say, I had a blast. Reminded me of the good old days. Like Gregory was standing there right beside me. It's been like a zillion years since I felt this warm and fuzzy on the job. That's good? Bittersweet. I'm not sure. Say, Miles, you ever thought about going into the defense game full time? Excuse me? You know, pick up where Gregory left off. Get out there and actually help people. Hey pal, don't get any big ideas. Mr. Edgeworth ain't about to switch sides. Why not? Coming over to the light side's all the rage. Everybody's doing it these days.
Come on, Mr. Fender, you know it's not about that.
Chill, team, chill. Don't get it twisted. I was just asking a perfectly innocent question.
No, you weren't.
The heck you were! Looks like you've got a mean defense team there yourself, Miles. Fender, I'm a prosecutor. Yep, and I'm an attorney. You could be one too. I'm serious. What's up, my piece? You change your mind, you know who to call. I'll be waiting. I'll miss your theme. Bye-bye, smooth man. Follow in my father's footsteps. Do we get to see him? Did I really do such a thing? Like his sprite? And to become a defense attorney, just like my dad. There he is! Gregory! An attorney like my father. Me? The end. The captive turnabout. There you go. Turnabout Legacy 3. Okay, so with that, would you? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm really excited about this one. This one I'm really gonna like. I can't wait to play that one. New items unlocked. What's unlocked? Ah, okay, yeah. Things progressing. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's say in the gallery. The music there is nice. Yeah, no, that's that was finally the ending of the case. It should not have taken. Honestly, as long as I did. Like in comparison to everything else, that was pretty short. I just kind of fumbled every now and then. That's the point. I got through the case. I started late today, so I finished the case. That was the goal. That was my minimum. We got through it. I'm very happy to finish that case. Because funnily enough, like that, the first case and this case is essentially the start of where everything starts to fucking go downhill from here. Like, this is only the start. Things only go down here for a bit. Like, those two were just like the prologue to like this entire fuck ass of a fucking plot line. But no, that is where that last stretch of the case was the doozy of everything. Where everything starts to come together. It was nice to experience that, see that all in HD. But the next case might be my favorite out of like all the cases in investigations, just because of the just thinking back on it, it was a doozy, so I'm quite excited to go into it. Oh, why chisel White Knight. Oh my god, I can't read. See, I'm done. My brain's done for the day. Holy shit. My knight had the chisel in his set in the first place. Yeah, that it gets brought up later, doesn't it? Or did they only leave it? Did they only stop it here with like the implications of like him making an attempt to break out? Because there was a reason it was in there, wasn't it? Okay, the music's now very loud. I know it's the orchestral version, but fuck. I forgot how intense it is sometimes. Is there a softer one? Yeah, that's definitely soft. Oh, spoilers! Oh my god. Let's not play that one, that's spoilers. All the ones down there are spoilers. This is from the first one, isn't it? Holy shit. No, I need to stop. No, we don't need to. Okay, you know what? We'll stay in the thing screen. I get too caught up when I open the gallery. It's like opening a Pandora's box. Holy shit. Once I click on one thing, I can't help but just like keep going through everything. Let's not stay on that screen, maybe. I'll stay on the main menu this time. But yeah. Some parts in the game make this entire part so hard to read, knowing what the consequences of our actions would be. In the grand you know what?
in the grand scheme, you know, without me trying to spoil. I'm not very good at like wording without spoiling. But yeah, how everything turns out in the end. Like I think about the ending scene for Investigations 2 a lot. And see how all of this ties in together. Eustace got smarter in this new translation. And this follow what he's on about, though it's dumb, but still. Did he not seem as coherent in the fan-made translation? I guess, I mean, they would have to do that for the official translation though, no? Since Ace Attorney is still pretty like hand-holdy. Like the constant flashback scenes that they do to remind you what's going on. That kind of thing. Have to do that for the the localization as well, no? Their wording is also annoying sometimes. That's why I overthink and fuck up. So that have to be straightforward, and that makes him seem smarter than he is. That's how I would see Eustace anyway. Her mammalian features were behind that fox coat. Yeah, I remembered that her figure was quite like slim, but I forgot as well that certain parts of her body was still, as you would put it. But I forgot how much of her like coat was just the animals though. That was such like a creative way for them to do her breakdown scene. Not as like dramatic as all the other ones we've seen in Ace Attorney, but like interesting enough how they did hers for like the context of the case, you know? Like there was animals on her, like we already knew there was one on her, but like she was covered in animals this entire time. It's a good case, I love it. Still the weakest link in the game. as in itself, yeah. That's why I would throw this into like the starter. Like this case kind of like is like the is what's the start for like what the sequel, right? Like the first and the second case is very hand-holdy to like get you through everything and then like start up everything. By this third case is where shit starts to really go down, you know? Because to me, once we get to this point, everything is gonna feel tremendously long. Like, we're gonna be stuck here for a while situation, yeah. And I'm excited to start episode 3 tomorrow, so do look forward to that, everyone. Where I will start the new case for investigation 2 tomorrow. We'll get to see the official translations. I guess spoilers. I think you can tell from just the outline, so I'm not the one spoiling, it's the game doing it, okay? It's not me. But this certain fucking silhouette seems to imply that a familiar figure, a good old Gregory, right? Maybe we'll get to see, you know, him in action in the good old days, because we do have Fender. Fender exists, right? Fender was Gregory's right-hand man at the time. And because we know that Fender is a pretty consistent figure just from episode 2, you know, maybe we get to see a little something here. That's a little teaser, and that case is what I'm most excited for. So please join me. Please come tomorrow, and we'll get to have fun. Where I won't be voicing an old man, but I'll try to be an old man. Can you at least play starting scene of this case? It's great. I want... Don't make me do it. No, I need to get all of that momentum tomorrow. I know. Me too. It's a good teaser. That's why I always try to do it. But like I gotta leave it for tomorrow, because if I start it now, then my brain's like, I want to keep doing more of the extra dialogues rather than only the starting scene. It's my way of holding back. Okay. I have to hold back. Because I do like how the next case will come out. But yeah. Once again, continuation investigations tomorrow. I'll be also streaming this Saturday. It won't be drawing, that's for sure, because the votes are fucking overwhelming. It's going to be the digging game this Saturday. I'm going to be playing a non-gacha game on Saturday. Surprising, I know. So that'll be the stream. Those are the 2 streams for this week. So please tune in whenever y'all can. But with that, that is all from me today. Thank you everyone for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the ending of the second case, Investigations 2. Thank you to those that have also chatted and commented today. It was nice seeing everyone. I apologize once again for the 2-hour delay to today's stream. So short stream today, I guess, in comparison. So I'll try to make it up to you guys tomorrow, okay? I'll try. I'll try. Crossed fingers, knock on wood, I don't jinx it, okay? I think it will be okay. I'll try to do as much as I can tomorrow to make up for today, tonight. Yeah. Is that all I have to say? Yes. Okay. Remember everyone to go hydrate, go eat if you haven't already. Remember to take care of yourselves. Always put yourselves first. To those that have stayed up tonight too, thank you for staying up. Especially because I've delayed tonight's stream. So if you stayed up tonight, thank you. You may go rest now. Have some sweet dreams. But to everyone else on the other side of the world, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Good night! Bye-bye! Miyuu signing out.